Hey everyone, welcome in. Hope we're all doing well today. I have thumb sleeves. What are these called? Not thumb sleeves. I have what are they called? Like the thumb holes on my shirt. I appreciate this. I have cold hands. 801 cosplay. True, true. I mean, I don't have like what does she have? Like a harness, like a gun holster on her. I don't have that, but I guess I'm close. I think this like the thumb hole thing is for like they call it like UV cut in Japan. Like they just like I think it's so it's like your hands don't get sunburned. I don't know. I don't know why they sell that in the winter. Looks like it covers everything but the cold part of your head. I guess it's so like yeah, I think it's just for like sunburn. Cause I think technically you should wear sunscreen on your hands, but like if you wash your hands then you have to like put sunscreen back on. So then like I've never really bothered putting sunscreen on my hands because like firstly, firstly like your hands will be kind of greasy from the sunscreen because I was rinse my hands off after I apply sunscreen. And then also um like you just it's just gonna come off every time you wash your hands. Your face tracker has thumb holes. You use them a lot. I'm actually a big fan of thumb holes as well. All my like workout clothes have thumb holes, so I'm like always using them. But then like if I do a workout where I have to like hold something, I'm like, wait, hold on, I need a better grip. So it's kind of nice, but I don't really. I think it's just so it's like firstly why do I keep saying firstly? There's never a secondly. I don't know why I'm saying firstly. But yeah, firstly, it just keeps your hands like it keeps the sleeves all the way down. Cause you know when you put on your jacket, your sleeve rolls up, so you always have to like hold the sleeve to like put on the jacket. But like if you just have the sleeve, secondly, your sleeve stays down when you put on your jacket. What if you accidentally scratch your eye, like with sunscreen on your hands? Is that what you mean? And welcome in, Maestro. Hope you're doing well today. And welcome in, Rati. How's Pilates? It was fine. My legs are very sore. We did a lot of like glute bridges. Those are my least favorite because I think I have like really weak hamstrings or something because it just every time like the hamstrings are so sore. So it's just I do not enjoy it. Like I don't like normal glute bridges are fine, but then you know the ones where you like your legs are like you put your leg on something higher, so it's like even harder. So I feel like it's like it puts even more um weight on your hamstrings, and I'm like I just have the worst hamstrings I think. So that was okay, but we did a lot of like obliques, so I did like that. I'm an oblique fan. I like it. Like I feel like these days I'm more of a ab workout enjoyer. Secondly and thirdly, I need more things on my list apparently. You just woke up, you're watching some Formula One late last night. I was watching after the game was on, the hockey game. I was watching the news and they were talking about Formula One, but I didn't really see much what was going on. There was a car. But I'm assuming it was the same one. The same race. So they're doing some sort of recap. But there was a Canucks game last night, and our captain Quinn Hughes got he got suspended from the match. Basically, he got a match penalty because he hit someone whose face was like right by the boards, and then that guy hit his face on the boards, and he got a bit injured. So he got in trouble for that. No Arcane last night. No, I was at my mom's house. I don't think she wants to watch the finale of Arcane with me. I'm gonna watch it today, and I'll let you guys know what I think. I was watching the hockey game last night. Is Ab Juice forming got a 4 pack? I don't think is a 4 pack a thing. I think what I always just have like like just like what my instructor calls it like 11, where it's like just like this one, but no horizontal lines. I think it would be very hard to have horizontal lines. But Pilates was fine. You got an 11 pack. Yeah, I have an 11 pack. Arcane doesn't have Quinn Hughes. That's true. That's true. I thought you watched Arcane season 1, Zirconia. Are you watching season 2? Or, like, are you up to date? Yeah, I'll work on my 11 pack. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of ab workouts. I like the one where you're like lying on your back and then you do like, like where you like bend your leg and then you like go up to that one. That's very nice. It's very nice. You watching at some point? You haven't started yet? Okay. I'll let us know when you watch it. There's no rush though. There he has it. His Michi is 10 times stronger than Maestro. Oh, I'll take that theory. Like pound for pound. Probably not still. And welcome in, Noah. Hope you're doing well today. I'm still annoyed with the direction Arcane has taken some characters. I'm not with you on this, Ratzi. I'm sorry. I think you're too attached to the existing league. I think you're more attached to the existing league lore than like Necrit. She can pick up 50 pounds. I could probably. Actually, I don't know if I could pick up 50 pounds. I know, sorry, pounds, not kilograms. I could pick up 50 pounds. Because I carry my suitcase, and the suitcases are 20 kilograms. I can lift like a 23 kilogram suitcase, and I could probably lift more than that. Suitcases are like really awkward shaped though. So like if it was like a different shape, then it probably would be easier to lift. What's 23 kilograms per pound? I don't know. Maybe like 40 pounds? 45? I have no idea. I just know, like, that's the only, like, reference I have of lifting heavy things. Like, it's just, like, my suitcase. I'm like, I could get my suitcase off of the luggage carousel, you know? But it is a bit heavy to, like, lift onto the cart, you know? And welcome in, Howdy. Hope you're doing well today. 50 pounds? Okay, well, I guess I can lift it. If I really had to, I would. But would I maybe hurt my back? Maybe. I don't generally lift heavy things. Like we do a lot of at Pilates. Like there's weights, but like it's not like weights. It's like there's a lot. We have a lot of like springs, and the springs have weights, obviously. Like, but I don't know what they are. But I know I'm just on like the lightest one. Like I'm mostly, unless it's for my legs. Like with my arms, I'm always using the lightest one. Lift with your legs. I try. But with the suitcase, it's really hard. Because, like, you don't always have that leverage with just your legs, right? You work in construction, so heavy lift is just an everyday thing for me. Yeah, you must be very strong. I don't have any experience lifting heavy things. And then once I get to Japan, like, I just make my uncle lift everything. Like, I'm just like, if we have any heavy stuff, I'm just like, oh, my uncle could do it. So me just work in construction. I would be like the worst person to work in construction. Like I would be the last person you want. I'm the least handy person I know. Like I have like I have this desk, right? It's one of those IKEA desks where you just attach the legs, right? And like it took me so long and I'm like my hands are hurting from using the screwdriver. That would be the worst. You pick up around 60 pounds, like a deadlift? I feel like you can deadlift more than that. Or do you mean like with like a dumbbell? I don't know how this. Don't people usually deadlift their own weight? Or is that like you have to train to be able to lift your own weight? I don't know. Okay, let's see. Do I speak Japanese? Questionably. じゃあラッティのために日本語喋ります。日本に行ったさっき日本に行ったんだけど、なんか日本語が変になってると思う。ちょっとなんていうの？なんか喋り方がちょっと変になって、でも今はなんていうの？普通のなまってない日本語を喋ってるから、ちょっとわからないけど、なんか喋り方とアクセントがなんか変になってると思う。もっと練習しないと、なんか変だと思う。でも、1年半ぐらい日本に行ってなかったから、きっとそれ、 きっと、それのせいかなと思うけど、あんまりわからない。前の方がもっと喋れると思った。でも最近行ったけど、最近行って、ほとんど英語喋ってないから、練習になったと思うけど、わからん。Get the feeling whenever she speaks Japanese, she just talks about speaking Japanese. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. I just complain that I'm bad at Japanese. I'm just like, I was complaining that I was just in Japan and my Japanese still sucks. What's up with that? Dumbbell, 60-pound dumbbell. Yeah, I don't think I could lift a 60-pound dumbbell. Um, Whenever we do big cable pulls, you're also one called to help. Cable pulls? Like, lifting something on like a pulley? Yeah, I would not be the one you called to help. um, or just saying the same 5 sentences over again. No, I don't do that. I wouldn't trick you guys like that. Cables and then electrical cables. I see. Yeah, that's how much I know about construction. Even though there's infinite construction around me. Vancouver is very you can like throw a rock and it would land on a condo construction site. Like it's they're everywhere. We're such a fitness buff. She only thinks about workouts. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I feel like my Japanese has kind of fallen off. Like I think it might be like because I went to Japan like in 2023. I went to Japan in a no. I went to Japan in May, and then I didn't go to Japan till like November or like late October of this year. So like it was like a year and a half in between when I went. So maybe that's just me being rusty because I feel like I'm starting to have like a bad Japanese accent, which is like really bad because like I've obviously like spoken Japanese since I was born, so like I should not have an accent, but I think it starts to develop, which is very strange. I think it's just more. It's not like my like pronunciation of sounds. I think it's just like intonation. Preferably, you should be able to deadlift your own weight. I've never tried. I've never tried. I've only deadlifted my 20-kilogram suitcase, which is about half my weight. So I don't know if I can double that. That 11 pack could turn into 12 if you did construction. That's true. I'm okay though. I'm okay. It sounds like a tough job. I don't think I'm cut out for it. But I'm sure there's no shortage of construction workers needed here. Your biggest issue is learning Japanese is kanji and counting. It's okay. I'm illiterate too. Like just don't learn how to read. Like just don't read. It's fine. I get by. And welcome in. Is it Kuki? Yeah, it's me, Ju. Hope you're doing well today. I'm trying to get to improve my kanji a little bit, but I think I could probably stop at 3rd grade. Like if I learn 3rd grade kanji, then I think it's okay. Like it's like because like for me, I was like for a while I was like, oh, I feel like I should learn to like at least 6th grade. But then like my hairdresser was like, nah, you're fine with 3rd grade. Like, I feel like I couldn't even write 6th grade myself. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm just gonna go with that because that seems easier. Because I'm already hitting a wall at 3rd grade, you know? Like, 1st grade, totally fine. 2nd grade, mostly fine. Like, 90% fine. 3rd grade, like, 0%. I know, like, 3 of them. Imagine me just speaking Japanese with a thick Saskatchewan accent. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. No, I can still pass as a native Japanese person. Um, like I said, like I was bragging about before, my grandma was telling the people at the retirement home that I was from Canada, and they were like, "Oh, are you like an international student? Like, are you studying in Canada?" And I was like, "Oh no, I was born there." I was like, "Thanks for thinking I'm a Japanese person." You found practicejapanese.com to be good at practicing the alphabet and kanji? Fair enough. I think my alphabet is pretty solid. it's I kind of to forget if I don't write it for a while, but um, for me, it's like I actually have my Japanese book here. This is my kanji drill. This is my third grade kanji drill. It's going. I can't do it right now. And then I have my really really old. So that like in Japan they have these like this is like from my childhood. It's a really old book, but like it has like for each kanji there's like a little like comic, like a manga. It's supposed to help you remember it, I guess. But I'll go through it eventually. I think I need like flashcards though. I think just reading a book is not that helpful. But it is, yeah, it's very cute. It's very cute. I used to have like when I was a kid, I like my mom put me in like Japanese school, and then she like ordered these like it's called challenge, like challenge, and like it's like basically like textbooks for Japanese kids. It's like supplementary to school, I guess. I don't know which Japanese parent, probably lots of them are like their kid is already in school and they're doing like extra school outside of it. Like, come on. But yeah, for me, I didn't have any Japanese school, right? So, my mom made me do those until like grade 3. Then at grade 3 got too hard, or grade 3 or grade 4 got too hard. So my mom was just like, yeah, it's fine. You're browsing the recommended and you decided to fly in. You also saw the K-pop tag maybe too. We do love K-pop here. You should also fix that freshly murdered fish thing as well. No, I like it. I like it. Saskatchewan accent wouldn't be different to any typical Canadian accent. Like the really strong hockey accent, you know? Where in Canada do they have that hockey A accent? No, like yeah, Alberta could have it, but like a lot of times like the really really strong Canadian accent is like Newfoundland, like East Coast. Because like I don't know anyone who has that accent here except like hockey players, people who are way too in hockey, you know. I think like my brother was like for some reason like even people from Vancouver like if they like join the NHL they develop that accent for some reason. I was like, I guess it's just like exposure. I don't know. You're also from Alberta. That's cool. From BC. You used to have math school outside of real school. Your timetables are cracked. Oh, or your times tables. Oh my gosh, that is I'm sorry. Math school. Yeah, I only had Japanese school, but I think me and my other like family friends, like Japanese friends, we all stopped like maybe around like 10 or 11. We kind of just reached a point where like for me, I'm like pretty fluent speaking, right? But my vocabulary is not the best. Like I feel like that's probably relevant to like when I stopped Japanese school. I probably have the speaking ability of like a 10-year-old, but like a native Japanese 10-year-old, but like also like I'm a 10-year-old, so like I can't really speak on complicated subjects, but it's good enough. Wanna watch a random clip? Okay, let's do it. You don't have the typical Tim Hortons A accent, but people say you have an accent. Sometimes people say I have an accent too, but I don't see it. I don't hear it. But it's only Americans that say this. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, built different. I don't think this is a real accent. I go hang with anything's happening in this clip. Newfoundland accent is pretty Irishy. It's not too stereotypically Canadian. I feel like that is. Oh, right. Well, I mean, like, okay, I remember. If you think of like a strong Canadian accent, then I think it's the Newfoundland accent. Let's find a real clip. This is just my starting soon screen. This is not a interesting clip for us. Should we just watch the starting scene? Too many hugs. Oh, okay. Alien Isolation is always a great time. That was a good clip in there. But that's the alien. That's not even a face hugger. Come on. Yeah, it's just people hitting the clip button, and then like Twitch used to just like that's the same shame as before. People like Twitch used to like just publish that clip anyway, even if you didn't hit publish. But they just fixed it like earlier this year, and I'm like, that took you long enough. Like that was like it's been like 10 years, and you fix it now. Great. Do you know the kanjis in? No, I can read kyomo, but I cannot read the rest of it. I'm pretty illiterate. You recently found a use for the times table to keep track of turns in Pogo PvP. How high do these Pogo PvP times tables go? Because I'll say, Um, like I will say, um, my times tables, um, my times ta- just keep it English only in chat as well for howdy. I'm sorry. Um, but my what am I trying to say? My times tables are like not the best. As a person who has a math major, I really struggle with the times tables, especially like seven times tables are like an awkward middle spot, you know. Um, but I can't go higher than 12. Even my 12 cent, I never really learned my 12 cents tables because like it like going that high is like why do you need the 12 ones? Like I feel like I can do like up to like 12 times 4, and then like after that I'm like I'd have to like manually like go, like add it up from there, you know. People say I do too, like when I say bagged milk. I mean that's a Canadian like term, you know. Like it's not even like if you just say bagged milk, then like people will be like, oh, Canada, bagged milk, but we don't even have it here. And like the Aiderbud accent is definitely not common, but I hear it when a super old boomer shows up. Yeah, it's not common. It's not common. But sometimes Americans think like just like a normal if people just think like a normal um like just like me speaking, like sometimes Americans will be like, "Oh, you sound Canadian." I'm like, I don't think so. I used to think it was Winter from aespa in the profile picture, and you was Zelda related. I am not Winter from aespa, but thank you. Bagged milk sounds too weird. They do have it on the in the East Coast. Like you like put it, yeah, you like cut the bag, and then like there's like a like you put it in like some sort of container that like pours it. Yeah, but we don't have it here. Having a math degree, major seems to often say how she struggles with math. I mean, I struggle with like basic arithmetic, but like you don't really use that in a math degree. Like once you reach a certain point in a math degree, well, it depends on the math. Like some types of math definitely do use arithmetic, but some types of math use like zero numbers at all. So it's like you don't really need it. But I do kind of struggle. Like they're like, you know, when you get like you're doing like calculus and then like it's like simplify this. And I'm like, I'm always gonna make a mistake when I end up simplifying it, so I just leave it. Like all the times they're like, you could just leave it in like calculator ready form. Like as long as it's like basic, like you could just put it into a calculator and like get the answer. You can just leave it as like if you have an answer like 24 times 48 divided by 16, you know, like if you have something like that, you don't have to do that in your head. You could just leave it like that. Just 1 to 5 really, but to use moves on optimal timing to get to a number of turns that is one less than your opponent. So if you have a 2-turn move and your opponent has 3, use a turn on 4. 8 versus 9 turns. I didn't understand that. That was too complicated for me. I didn't understand that. What do you mean you don't have bagged milk? We don't I've never seen that in my life. Yeah, it's just East Coast. We just have normal milk in like plastic jugs and like milk cartons as well. Basic is your bread and butter. When you add the alphabet, you're lost. Yeah, after some point, it's like just like it's like very theoretical. Like when you get to a certain point, it's like it's very theoretical. So like there might be numbers there, but the numbers aren't too relevant. So I just decided to. Sorry, did you hear my wrist crack? I just kind of avoided those things because like what I had a course, I was like when I did like linear algebra, it was like a time challenge. Like every exam was like a time challenge of like basic arithmetic. So I was like, I cannot do this. This is way too hard. I didn't do that well, so I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this anymore. Cartons are so normalized in other parts of Canada, it'd just be weird seeing an odd one out. It would be. It would be. I think I wouldn't know how to do it. Like if like someone gave me a bagged milk in the bagged milk container, I wouldn't really know what to do with it. So I think it wouldn't work out. But I don't have texting your aunt to see if BC actually doesn't have bagged milk. You can't believe this? We don't. I've literally never seen it in my life. Bag of milk in a pitcher, you would bat an eye. Yeah, I think I feel like I think I would take a picture of it if I saw it in the store. I'd be like, no way, but the bagged milk. But I also don't drink regular milk. I only drink like oat milk. So, so I don't think it would. I would even have this. You visited BC back in 2015. That's a long time ago. Okay, when your opponent is on their third fast attack, 3 times 3, 9 turns. You will have gotten 4 attacks. 2 times 4 equals 8. You can use your charge attack and not give your opponent free turns. It's hard to explain checking mechanics. Wait, where is this? Where is the 3 coming? Like, you're on your 4th turn. Where's the 2 coming from? Why is it 2 times 4? Where's the 2? Is it a normal attack 2 and a fast attack is 3? I'm so confused. What game is this? It's Pokemon Go. But welcome in, linking. You come out to eat hot wings and watch me eat. You're out of hot wings. No. Did you eat them all? Welcome in, Kai. Yeah, what kind of hot wings is it? Like, is it like buffalo wings? Chicken wings sounds good. Courtesy of Wingstop. I don't think we have Wingstop here. Fast attacks have different turn lengths from 1 to 5. In case you have a 2-turn fast move, your opponent has a 3-turn fast move. Oh, okay. I was missing this context. I was like, where are you getting these numbers in this calculation? I currently breathing fire as a result. Well, we were just speaking of milk, so maybe get yourself some milk. But sometimes it's worth, you know. I'm not that good with spice, but I like a good spicy Korean fried chicken. I like the spicy sauce. I like the spicy sauce a lot more than the crispy ones. I'm not a big fan of the crispy ones. I'm like, it's gotta be as garlicky and spicy and sweet as it can be, you know? So yeah, get yourself a bag of milk and just pour the bag into your mouth. Not trying to find out Cajun's your limit. Fair enough. My limit is not very. My spice tolerance is not very high. But for me, my spice limit, like, it's generally just like shin, no egg, no cheese, just straight up shin is like quite spicy. But I'm like, that's like what I can comfortably handle, you know? Like, I think anywhere above that, I would be like I would be breathing fire. Honey garlic wings are the best. Honey garlic is so good. But like, when you go to Korean restaurants, it's usually soy garlic. Soy garlic is really good. And people eat ghost peppers, no thanks. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with that. No, eat lemon pepper wings. So freaking dry. We don't have Wingstop here. I don't think so. I don't know about this. We only have we just have a bunch of like Korean fried chicken. That's usually what I go for. Garlic. I know garlic is so good. I know, like, I'm just gonna stink after, but like anything with garlic, it's just so good. No dry rub there. I'm like, you know, I like a good normal like white people wings, but like Korean fried chicken is just a whole other level. Okay, do you guys like bone in or boneless? Because I don't understand the bone in people. Like you're just making things harder for yourself. Like sure, maybe the meat near the bone is the best, but like really, like it's just more work. Like it's just a pain. Garlic is pretty good though. It is really good. Keep seeing those Korean Englishmen videos on Korean fried chicken. Oh yeah, those guys where they just like give Korean food to people. But I have to choose one of them. You don't have to choose any of them, Dragonia, it's okay. One time I had, sorry, I'll include Dragonia in this conversation. One time I was at a white restaurant, for lack of better words. I think it was like Cactus Club or something like that. and they had Korean fried like not chicken, but like cauliflower. It was like cauliflower. It was like the Korean fried chicken, but like cauliflower instead of chicken. It was really good actually. What are white people wings? Like a buffalo wings, like Wingstop, like Western fried chicken, like not karaage, not Korean fried chicken, not like Chinese food, like just yeah, just Western wings. Like the bone for extra points, I guess. Yeah, but like, is it really worth the hassle of eating the bone in? Like, come on. Wonder what kind of hot wings Link would eat. Probably the ones that make it say. um, I think Link would eat everything. I think Link just like eats indiscriminately. You know, like I think he just eat everything. I think he would eat a raw chicken. You know, cauliflower bites. Yeah, something like that. It was really good. Maybe he's gonna start a war with people who enjoy bone and wings. I just don't understand. Cause like if you have the boneless ones, you can just eat it. Like, but like, why are you making life harder for yourself? Grilled cauliflower with some sauce in it is actually pog. It was very very good. Also, good news for vegans and lactose intolerant people. Um, Starbucks is no longer charging extra. They used to charge like 60 cents extra for like non-dairy milk. And like so many places charge extra for non-dairy milk. So maybe everyone will start not charging anymore for non-dairy milk. Cuz I'm like, why are you like I'm not doing this for like to be fancy. Okay? I just don't drink normal milk. Like it's not even an option for me. So like everywhere I go, I'm people are adding like 50 cents, 60 cents. Like they need to stop. You definitely can't eat raw chicken. That'll actually kill you. They do eat raw chicken in Japan. Um, I've tried it, but I didn't eat too much because I was scared of getting sick. Link would eat a live chicken. Link eats everything, man. He ate rocks. Like he ate literal rocks. If Link has any taste, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't say. We don't know. People still get Starbucks. I like a good Starbucks once in a while, but it is overpriced. It's super overpriced. If I just want something like sugary, you know, but I'm hoping that like if Starbucks stops charging for this, then like maybe other coffee shops will follow suit. You know, because like pretty much every coffee shop charges extra for non-dairy milk. So maybe I'm just saying like maybe it's gonna start some sort of like chain reaction, you know. But we'll see. We'll see. Fun fact about you: never been to Starbucks, really? I have to be basic sometimes, and sometimes I get a Starbucks. But I don't go very often. Like I used to work at Starbucks when I was a student. So I would get like a lot. Like you can have like just free drinks, right? So I was just getting free drinks. But then like after I stopped working there, like I'm like this is like I'm not gonna pay $6 for this drink. You know, like I don't care that much. And then like when I was in school, I had so much money on my meal card that I was like I'll just get Starbucks, you know. But But now I don't. Like if I have to use my own money now, it's like once a year maybe. You try out local coffee shops. I mean, yeah, local coffee. If you want like just straight up coffee, like other coffee shops just have way better coffee. Because I had like way too much Starbucks coffee. Because when you work at Starbucks, they give you 1 pound of coffee a week, like coffee beans. So like I just had way too much coffee. I was like giving coffee to everyone I know. I was like, hey, you want 1 pound of Starbucks coffee? um, but I was like, I don't really like drinking just straight up Starbucks coffee. Like I only go there for like if I just want like it's like dessert. It's like I get like a half sweet. For me it's the full sweet ones are too sweet, but like half sweet dessert. Great. Starbucks is overrated as hell. I think it's overpriced. But it does taste good. I like a good sugary coffee drink once in a while. Um Starbucks is your typical PC hoarding hipsters. What? What do you mean by that? I feel like a hipster would not go to Starbucks. You know? Like draconian. The Draconian. Exhibit A. Never been to Starbucks. And welcome in, Louise. Kind of annoying where I'm at. Starbucks asks every time if you want a tip. It's already so expensive. Oh, that's like every single place here. Like you're like just like any shop. Like even when you're just like picking up something from the counter, like that's literally it. They're like there's like a tip option. It's like you have to like manually like put in the you have to manually be like custom tip 0, you know? Because like otherwise it's like, do you want a tip? 15%, 18%, 20%. You're like, no, I'm not gonna tip you 15% for like I like picked up an item myself, gave it to you, you scanned it, and then I gave it, and then I bought it. Like, how would I tip in this situation? But I think it's just like the like payment systems they use. Like I feel like it's like they just like put it in and hope some people will feel too awkward to not tip. But it is quite annoying these days. Everywhere asks for a tip. Your milk isn't bagged. You're basically just an American at that point. Sorry, I don't really want to be an American. I'm gonna have to pour my oat milk into a bag. Okay, I'll pour my oat milk into a bag so I can truly be Canadian, and Justin Trudeau will accept me. Which K-pop are you into these days? Got any biases or bias records? These days, what would I say is like what I enjoy these days? I mean, I'm excited for Rosé's album. I'm very excited for Rosé's album because I like Rosé's music. But if I had to pick like out of Blackpink, I really love Jennie. But in terms of like the music they release, I like Rosé's music. What else? I like IU these days. I'm a big fan of IU. And my favorite K-pop artist is Kim Sejong. But she doesn't release a lot of music these days. I'm hoping she'll release like a new album or something, but she's quite busy like acting and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see. But I've been listening to a lot of like Korean R&B and stuff a lot recently. I still haven't listened to BB's new song. I need to get on that. I'm very out of date on. I was listening to the Arcane soundtrack recently in the car, and like so many songs. They have a lot of like. I feel like the vibe for season 2 has been very different. Like there's a lot of like more like punk, more like heavier songs. Like they had like a whole like I'm trying to say like an instrumental like metal song. Kind of reminded me of like maybe something out of like Hades or something. It was good. It was good. I listened to that one a lot. Sejong released an album last year. No, it was 2 years ago, wasn't it? Her debut album. Door was 2 years ago, and I'm waiting. I've been waiting. But maybe she had some sort of like maybe she had some sort of like smaller. Oh no, she had a single. She had a single. It was last year. Oh, it was last year. Oh my gosh, you're right. I thought it was 2022. Okay, sorry. I shouldn't rush her then. I thought it was 2 years ago. I guess it feels like a lot of time went by. I'm sorry, Sejong. You've been busy. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Dorm. You love Baby? I need to listen to her new song. She has a new song. But yeah, she's my favorite. I love like a good like. I feel like these days I'm enjoying a lot of solo artists. I think the acting skills are insane. Yeah, she's doing so much acting recently. I don't watch a lot of K-dramas. I don't watch a lot of K-dramas these days, but I'm gonna have to watch some of hers. Maybe it's 2 new songs. Yeah, she probably released like an EP or something, right? Check cute pics in Discord for bagged milk. No, I know bagged milk exists. It's just like it's more of a East Coast thing than a like we don't really have that here. I'm sure maybe it exists somewhere, but you haven't seen? You said I'm sure I've seen it before. I just never have. I've never seen. Sorry, I've never seen it here, like in a supermarket. I've seen like pictures of it. But yeah, it doesn't exist here, so I haven't seen it in person, you know. But I don't think I'm missing out too much. But yeah, I think like yesterday when I was driving, I was listening to Arcane soundtrack. But then um I was listening to a custom soundtrack, sorry, the arcade soundtrack, and then I was listening to Fall Out Boy. Sometimes I just have a like once a month. I'm like I need to shuffle all the Fall Out Boy songs, and then I just listen to that. It's like my guilty pleasure, but not really. Can you have custom pronouns for Discord? Yeah, you can. You can. Just let me know, and I can add them for you. Um, you can message me on Discord or something. I'll just add like a role for it. But yeah, that's what I was having a little Fall Out Boy, a Fall Out Boy jam session. um, I think that's some of my favorites these days. I think it's just like something I always go back to. I think once in a while, I'm like, I just gotta go back to this. You go by Hide. Oh, you can select both. You can just select both. There's one of my mods also does that, or I guess it's they, he, but you can select both. I think. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah, the pronouns are not mutually exclusive. You could just select whichever ones you want. Some people just don't care and they select all of them. And welcome in pizza. Oh, bye. It's in good grooves. What? Yeah, I think I don't follow K-pop too intensely these days. Like I'm not like too into certain groups or anything like that. Um, recently I've just been kind of like recently I've just been like like if I like a song, I like a song. But I am excited for Rosé's album. But I would be excited for another KDA comeback as well. Um, but we'll see. We'll see how that works out because I think it's hard to get them together. And mostly because I want another KDA song on Just Dance. I just want more KDA songs on Just Dance because they kind of stopped with that. Excited for Lisa's album as well. I heard it's coming out next year. I'm not a huge fan of Lisa's music, as I said yesterday, but I'm sure everyone will have a great time with that. I probably will not partake. ADPR did Rosie's album. I'm sure it'll be great. It's kind of a crime that we've only had like 3 Rose songs, but we'll see. We'll see what she puts out. But yeah, we talked about her yesterday, but it's like it seems there's not a lot of K-pop idols who are like there's not a lot of K-pop idols who are like genuinely passionate about music and like creating music. So it's nice to see that Rose has always been quite passionate about that. So it's nice to see solo music from her because it has like more of like a personal touch, you know. It would be hard to get Soyeon and Myung. What are you writing? It would be hard to get Soyeon and Myung together. I know, but I think they have to get like I don't know if they're gonna get the like they could do KDA with anyone, right? Probably not without Soyeon, but like they can have anyone on KDA because it's not like it's like a set group, right? But like at the same time, like I think a lot of people want the original group together. You know, like they want like the GNL members and they want Madison Beer and they want whoever the Kim Petras. I think they want the like original KDA members here. But they could always do it with someone else. In the Blackpink movie on Netflix, Rose was jamming her guitar at like 1 a.m., which is crazy. Yeah, because I don't think a lot of idols like actually like practice music or like do their own music like outside of what they're like required to do. Like a lot of them will just like if they have like mandatory like singing lessons or like recording sessions or whatever, they do that. But like I think like Rose sings outside of that, and I think Lisa dances outside of that as well. So like it's it's good to see like things are like things that they care about, you know, rather than just like being told to put this out and like doing that. Um, Speaking of former IOM members, we could see Kang Mina acting alongside IU in Hotel de Luna. I love Hotel de Luna. Mina was so cute in it. They're doing acting with their dramas like Business Proposal, Uncanny Calendar, and Brewing Love. A new K-drama she did, and you want to watch it, low-key? I didn't know about her new drama. I mean, I saw like her posts about it and stuff like that, but I never bothered to translate it and see what she was talking about. Cause she's always posting a picture of a new. She's always like, "Oh, here's my coffee truck at my like shoot at my drama shoot." I'm like, she's filming something. I know she's filming something. But yeah, I've watched Business Proposal and Uncanny Counter. I love Business Proposal. Business Proposal was really good. I'm not usually like a rom com drama enjoyer, you know, because they seem to be like a lot of times they're like very like tropey, you know, or like the the male lead is like really questionable, you know, like a lot of the time. But Visit Proposal was fun because it was like tropey on purpose. Like it was over the top. It was campy. Like I think it was kind of like satirical almost, you know. So I think it was a good time. And Uncanny Encounter, I like the first season a lot, but the second season was kind of like only okay. Someone Loves Music too. At least she's an incredible songwriter. Yeah, definitely. Speaking of Soyeon, she named dropped Soo Jinhee in a rap. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about J Idol. I don't know who that is. Hometown Cha 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 is one of the best K dramas I've seen. I've seen people recommending that. But I've kind of I don't know. I just there's too many. Like I've watched. I like for a while I was watching like K dramas here and there, but there was so much like there was just so much like mediocre K dramas to sift through. That I just like I feel like I'm just gonna like only watch things that are like very highly regarded, you know? Because there's so many like very similar kind of stories, you know? Sujin is the one that was kicked out for bullying when she was younger. Oh. There's always those like there's always so many like bullying scandals and stuff like that. Any plans to see Gladiator 2? Honestly, I keep seeing like ads for it, and I don't really know what it is. I've watched Moist Critical's like review about it, and he said it was good. But I honestly like don't know what Gladiator is. Like it was like Moist Critical was like, yeah, everyone has seen Gladiator and they know what it is. So I was like, I've never heard of Gladiator in my life, so I actually don't know what it is. I just see what's his name, Pedro Pascal, in the ads, but I don't know who the other guy is. Do you know what Rome was? I mean, yeah, I do know what Rome was. This is an interesting starting point. I mean, I understand that it's set in Rome. I just don't know what. I just don't. I've never heard of the first Gladiator movie. I'm guessing it's quite old. But you guys know I live under a rock. Like, I don't know a lot of famous movies. Gladiator 1 was ahead of its time. The sequel is just weird. I mean, oh my god, I was watching a video. I was watching one of those videos recently, like, because you guys were talking about Yeji and you're talking about How to Train Your Dragon, and then someone said How to Train Your Dragon live action. I was like, what? That can't be real. I was like, they're making a How to Train Your Dragon live action film? Like, what? In what world? Like, why are they making? I don't understand How to Train Your Dragon. I don't understand Moana live action. Like, what are you gaining from making a live action version? Like, maybe if you're maybe if you're like changing something, like if there's something you needed to change, but it doesn't seem like they're changing anything. Like they have like a lot of this, like they have the same actor, for How to Train Your Dragon, and then they have The Rock and Moana live action. So I'm like, what are you gaining from this? Like, it's not even like It's not even um like if you remake like an old Disney movie, like you're remaking Snow White. Like I could like fair enough. Like that's a really old movie. Like you could make it again now. But you're making a movie like it's not even like it's like 10 years old maybe. Like that's like what? Um she didn't get a call back from the producers. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. If you know Russell Crowe, that's a great hint. I know Russell Crowe. Are they using real dragons? No, well, they're basically like making us like How to Train Your Dragon, but the dragons are CGI and they look exactly the same as the dragons in the original movie. And I'm like, why are you making like why are you making this? That adds nothing. You're just making the same movie again. Um, Moana live action. Last I heard, Moana was a second animated. They're making both a second animated movie and a live action remake of the original movie. Like the Moana live action comes out like next year or something. Like I do not like. And then I'm also like, who's watching this? Like who's going out there to watch Moana live action? Like I don't get it. Okay, chill, dude. Um, but yeah, I just don't understand because like I like if it's like a '90s film, then I understand like okay, kids like people who watch the movie as kids now maybe have their own kids and they're gonna take their own kids to see it, or they're watching out of nostalgia for their childhood. But like a 10-year-old movie does not have that. Um, and welcome in Ricky. Props to catching a Night Fury for the film. I mean, if Hiccup can do it, you know, if Hiccup can do it, probably some Hollywood director can do it. Hollywood needs money. The cocaine and yachts don't pay for themselves. That's true. That's true. But surely they were making money before when they were making like new movies, right? Like why don't you just make another movie that like a new IP? Because like How to Train Your Dragon was very successful. Just make a new movie. Like I don't get it. We just gonna see Moana 2 Friday? I don't have a problem with Moana 2 as much as I have a problem with the Moana live action remake. Like Moana 2 is like for me, I was like, okay, Moana was a complete story. There wasn't really a need to make a second Moana movie, but like I could see it. I could see them making a story, right? But um, Moana live action just like no words. They become risk adverse to the point of parody at this point. They really have. They really have. Like just like everything is just like a sequel that of like a really old franchise that like no one really asked for. They're like, oh, you know what we could do? We could just make a like another Indiana Jones movie. Like like it's like what? You're just digging up like it's just they either just see it's like an IP that's already very popular, like Gladiator, for example. And that's not to say like it can't be good because like a lot of people said Gladiator 2 it's pretty decent, but yeah, there's a lot of remakes and stuff. How to Train Your Komodo Dragon. That's a new one. Um that's the new franchise. That's gonna break new ground. You have iffy feelings about the new Snow White film. Yeah, I heard there was a lot of controversy about that film. But yeah, that's maybe a bad example. But like in theory, like remaking Snow White, making a live action version of Snow White, that's like fine. Like that's like that movie was from the 50s. Like I'm sure you could do a lot more to it now. And a lot of like for example, like the remake of Cinderella or the remake of The Jungle Book were examples that I saw in this video, and like those ones were like that makes sense. Like Cinderella, it's a very old story. Like it's a very like it's a very like it could use a lot of updating. You can add a lot to it, because it's like the current story is very simple. Everyone knows it, right? And The Jungle Book was like a different take, like it had a very different tone to the original. Chair what? Cherry said one of the go-to ways is making who's Cherry? Even me, the guy with the archaeology degree, haven't seen the latest Indiana Jones film. I mean, if it can't get you to watch it, then I don't know. Bear down 1 to 10 were all bad, but we stuck with it and got bear down. 11. Okay, okay. That's the exception to the unneeded sequels. Okay, once you just keep making them and eventually one will be good. Um when's 2012 2 coming out? It's called I don't know how you can follow that up. I don't know. I never really watched that film because I was watching it and I was on like the plane or something, and then there was that scene where the dog almost drowned. I was like, oh my god. So then I was that scared me too much. And Wakamin Desmond. That's a bit of a heavy topic. Um, you can select an embryo by their health, height, intelligence. That might be a bit too far. That might be a bit too far. I think there's a line, and I feel like that's over the line. Cause like I can see like screening for like a there's some like genetic defects or like diseases that will like cause them to have a short like cause your child to have like a very short painful life, and like in that situation like I can understand that, but but height height I don't know. In Welcome in Potato you have a doubt about what? um um But the controversy for Snow White is just depending on what the actor thinks or says about Snow White. True to life. I'm sorry, I wasn't really following the drama of that. Um, I think Rachel Zegler can really sing. Um, that's my only thought. I don't know what she was. I don't know what she was. I wasn't really following it, but. I know like also she was like there was some weird stuff as well. Like people were saying like she's not like pale enough to be Snow White. I was like, okay, bro. But I know she like said something about not liking the original Snow White. Like she had like a very negative opinion of the original Snow White, which is probably not the best marketing to like if you're gonna be in like the remake of Snow White. But I think there's a lot of criticisms to be had about older Disney films. Like I understand like they're classics and they're like original Disney films are like classics, but there's a lot of like very questionable aspects. Like I remember going back, I was talking about this, but like I remember like watching the original Peter Pan and I was like, oh my god, this movie is so racist. Like you sometimes you go back and then you're like, oh, I forgot, I did not realize how racist this film was back in the day. Like but it's just the film was made in the 50s or 60s. And welcome in Ethan, hope you're doing well today. You don't need to watch it, you lived it. I don't think I lived the 2012 movie. Like Rachel Zegler, she was excellent in West Side Story, despite that movie and really putting me to sleep. Yeah, I didn't have a strong I love musicals. Like you guys know I love musicals and I've seen West Side Story live. But I didn't have a strong desire to watch West Side Story the musical. But I was happy for her because I watched like not to like be like, oh, I watched it before it's popular, but like I watched Rachel Zegler when she was still in high school. Like she would post like singing videos on YouTube while she was still in high school. And she was incredible. Like she was 17 and she was like so good at singing. So I watched like her cover videos on YouTube. And as soon as she graduated high school, she got cast in West Side Story. So I was like, damn, okay, she's like moving up in the world. But now she's in lots of things. And we're discussing Disney movies. What are your thoughts on Aladdin? I love Aladdin. I think Aladdin's great. The live action was like, I was pretty lukewarm towards the live action, but I'm a big, I think Aladdin's great. She had a negative viewpoint on the original story for Snow White, so it threw me off. She didn't praise or anything. Yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of like, I think it's valid to have, like, questions and concerns about the original movie. But you're also, like, gonna be in the movie. So, it maybe, like, I think some people feel very, like, they feel very personally connected to the older Disney films, so um they like I think it's sometimes hard to hear like criticisms about it. Sometimes people feel very like very strongly about it, and but I think like the film having like objective issues with it doesn't mean you can't like love the film and have a strong connection to the film, right? As long as you're not like like being like, oh yes, the racism in Peter Pan was amazing, you know, like but you could still be like, I love Peter Pan. Like I think it was a very special movie to me in my childhood, but I think looking back on it now, you can be like, oh yeah, there was issues with it. Um, the all the OG Disney stuff from the 50s are heavily racist. Yeah. Um, you found her way young. I started watching her since West Side. Yeah, yeah. I watch a lot of like musical theater like performances and stuff on YouTube, so I think that's how I found her. She did like covers and stuff, and she's always been like her voice is like amazing. Peter Pan was your favorite Disney movie growing up? I did not like Peter Pan growing up because I watched like the live action when I was a kid, and it was like it freaked me out. Like I was like kind of like freaked out by it, and I didn't like it. But I guess I didn't watch the original. Um, yeah, but this on the her saying stuff about things. That's also a problem right now with like I feel like they should just like shut up a bit because there's a like I'm excited for the speaking of musical movies. I'm excited for the Wicked movie and like Cynthia Erivo, also an incredible singer. Don't get me wrong, but she is running her mouth on social media. And I'm like, guys, can you like stop? Just like maybe you should just like keep your opinions to yourself. Maybe just share them with your friends and family. Like if you have some weird takes, like just don't put it online. Like I feel like you're taking away from the like you're trying to promote this movie and you're distracting everyone with like whatever weird stuff you're saying. There was like a weird controversy with her where she um like someone the okay, so the original Wicked poster has like Alphaba and her face is like hidden in the shadows, right? Um and in the like the live action poster, or like the movie poster, her face is not covered. So then someone made like a fan edit of it, so her face is more like in the shadows. And then she went off on Instagram, um, and then she was like, what did she say? She was like, this is the most offensive and like what did she say? She said it was like the most vile thing I've ever seen in my life. And then I was like, whoa, like chill. Like, and she was saying like people were trying to erase her just from, but it was a fan edit. Like some fan was like, oh, I want to make this more look like the original Broadway poster. Um and and then like she just was like she said it was like the most like offensive and vile thing she's ever seen in her life. And everyone was like, okay, like what are you doing? Like can you just chill? Like you're just going off on this random fan who just posted this photo. It wasn't even like she might have had like a point if that was the official poster and like she didn't get to say it and they were covering her face or whatever. Maybe she would have had a point, but that was just like a fan she just they should just the actors I think should just like just dial it back a little bit. Welcome in Celery. Rachel Zegler is Latina and she doesn't know much Spanish. There's online conversations about whether people can call themselves Latino if they don't know Spanish. There's many people in the US that are Latina that don't know Spanish. I don't think I've welcome in Celery first of all, but I don't think I'm the right person to speak about this. Zegler likes yapping. It's not giving a good image to promote Snow White. True. Yeah, I think like I don't know. I don't know about her specific situation, but there's definitely lots of people like maybe they should like I feel like just because there's an actor like just because they're an actor or because they're a famous person doesn't mean they're more informed or have better like they have any sort of authority on these sorts of issues. Like a lot of times it's like they might even be like very detached from They might even be very detached from everyday people, you know? Because like if you're like Tom Cruise, okay, Tom Cruise is a terrible example. If you're like Ryan Gosling, you probably are very like your life is probably completely different than like a normal person. You can start a new movie and spend all your time promoting the film by telling people the truth that Danish people are lizard people. That's like actually that feels um like actually the mindset, you know? I'm like, and I feel like it really takes away from the movie, you know? Like Wicked, it's not Wicked 2, by the way. It's just like a movie version of the musical. Wicked. Like there was just like, I mean, I guess it's good promotion for the film because like everyone's talking about it. But like, if your entire discussion about your film is like Ariana Grande having an affair, like oh, I don't know if it's like good or bad, you know, like I guess it's like free promotion. It's probably like more people are talking about the film than they would have otherwise, but at the same time it's like um and maybe it like detracts from the from like actually like talking about the film and like um you know what the movie is actually about or like you know actually just promoting the film itself. But maybe they'll start employing this marketing strategy more often because everyone was talking about Wicked. And maybe it will do better because Ariana Grande had an affair. But who knows? Maybe every movie from now on will have some sort of um home wrecking situation. um, Me too podcast one. I'm okay. I'm okay. Already up enough now. I feel like you know my stream is based. Actually, my stream is on a podcast because I feel like you guys are contributing too. If I had to just talk myself, I feel like it would just go in a um it would be very like it would be kind of boring. What's your opinion on Singapore? What do you mean? Like just as a country? I've never been to Singapore. Are you from Singapore? um, what's the topic now? I'm confused. I don't know. What is the topic? I feel like we've been going in weird directions. Maybe chat does not help. Maybe you guys are derailing me. No opinion on their economic miracle? I'm sorry, I'm not informed about Singapore. I don't know what you mean by that. You last 40 minutes minimum on a podcast? Singapore best passport. No, isn't there like an official ranking of which passports get you like the most access to other countries? I know Japan, the like I have a Japanese passport, I have a Canadian passport, and they're both very high up there. So I'm pretty happy with my passport situation. Um, you oh me yeah exactly. My podcast will be way too long. Like you guys just had to listen to me yap, but you have no way of saying anything to me, and I feel like that would drive some of you crazy. It's the second highest GDP. PC, PPP. I don't know what those numbers mean. I know what GDP means. I don't know what the rest of it. I'm sorry. I don't have any opinion on Singapore. Crazy stat, almost half Americans don't have a passport. Yes. Yes, I think like quite like I think that's like but then you think about it and like it's understandable. Like traveling cuz like I feel like I'm in like in a bubble where like everyone around me like travels often, right? But like if you live in like some like small like rural town or something like that, like probably no one around you like travels overseas or anything like that. So I feel like and also it's very expensive. Like if you know, if you like a lot of people can't afford to just like travel overseas, you know? Like cuz like I guess you could go to like Mexico or like Canada, but like anywhere farther than that, it's gonna be like at least $1,000 just for the plane ticket. So I guess that makes sense. But the first time I heard about that, I was like, that's crazy. Um, If Miju starts a podcast, she could rebrand to Miju Yaps. I'm already Miju Yaps. Come on. um, per capita purchase power parity. Damn. Okay, we have economists here. Um, yeah, I don't have an opinion on this. To travel as a job, that'd be dreamy. Flight attendants do that all the time. I don't know if I would like traveling as a job. I think like I think like I don't know. I think like if you had to travel a lot at the job, I think it would get old. It'd get old quite quickly. But I think it would be fun for a while. I think it would be fun for a while. I did have a work trip once, and they like paid for all my stuff, and it was kind of nice. I had a great time. But would I do that like all the time? I don't know. Cause like it's like when you're traveling for work, it's like not for fun, you know. But I think being a flight attendant would be quite tough. Cause like you were like traveling, but like you're spending most of the time on like planes. And I'm like, being on the plane is like the worst part of traveling. Classic bait. Oh no. Those were the days. Remember when I played games? I used to play a lot of games. Like we played yeah, I played a lot of Breath of the Wild, played a lot of Pokemon. Um maybe I'll get back onto Pokemon. But I don't like the Legends games. I don't like the Legends games. So I don't know if I'm gonna. It was like way too grindy. Like Legends Arceus was so grindy. You guys know, you guys saw it. I was losing my mind playing Legends Arceus. Being on a plane is terrifying. I'm not scared of flying, no. But like I don't particularly enjoy the plane ride. They're not super comfortable. I'd prefer being in the location. If I could just teleport and be there, that would be much better. Remember when you did dumb challenge runs? I do remember. Those were the days. Too grindy plays Genshin. No, Genshin is like okay for me. Genshin like look at there's two different types of grinding, right? I like the Animal Crossing like daily grind. Like no, it's not like a grind because like you only do like a certain amount of things each day. So like I like the every day 10-15 minutes grind, but you can also play a bit more if you want to. I like when I feel like I have like chores to do, you know, like I'm a Genshin, I'm like I have a chore, I need to do these. But I don't like where it's like um I don't like a grind as in like a RPG kind of grind. I don't know why. I don't have the psychological reason for this, but that's just what I like. Like I loved Animal Crossing. Like I love like logging every day and like doing my dailies. Next bread you're gonna make is a brown sugar cinnamon loaf. Oh, that sounds really good. With the raisins or no raisins? Real question. We don't know what the next Legends game will be like though. They could experiment more with the formula. That's true. That's true. I guess I'll hold my judgment. You love planes? Like you love flying? You love being on planes? I mean, like I feel like I like planes because of the implication. The implication sounds really weird. But like you know the implication that like you're flying somewhere and you're gonna go on vacation. But do I like actually sitting on planes for like 10 hours straight? Not really. It's like I don't dislike it that badly, but if I could cut that part out and just immediately end up where I want to go, then I would prefer that. I just played Genshin yesterday with a few friends. We were all so lost. It was fun. I remember you would always like glitch hunt, right? On Genshin. You'd be like, "Hey, look at me. I'm in the floor." Sammy, give me some banana bread. I'll stop by to pick it up tomorrow morning. Make sure it's vegan. Yeah, we can. I think that's a whole other challenge. We love Baldur's Gate. I would not love Baldur's Gate. I'll be the last person to love Baldur's Gate. You'd have to put a gun to my head. Maybe no raisins. That's okay. I think it would be good without raisins as well. It sounds you need to take a picture of that. That sounds really good. You like flying? I mean, some people do like flying, but how long do you normally fly? Cause like for me, my only experience with planes is like I don't mind like a short flight. I don't know. I feel like I'm just neutral about it. I would just prefer not to do it because like these days I'm like oh like once I sit for that long my joints start hurting and I have to get up and I have to be like that person stretching um and then like when you fall asleep your neck hurts like just not comfortable, you know. You watched all The Last of Us on the plane. Didn't need to buy a subscription. It was on the screen. That's great. Um, yeah, like I like watching a good show on the plane, but like I could just watch it outside the plane. First thing I tried was clipping a wall that needs story broadcast failed miserably. Of course, you have not changed, Ricky. Like 8 hours, and you like that? You're interesting, Ratsi. You know, like flying in the flights around here are so short compared to your guys's. Yeah, I mean, like I just like I don't see what's good about it. Like you just have to sit there and wait, and you have like weird air pressure. The air is so dry. The food sucks. Um, it's not enjoyable. Like it's like it's not the worst thing. It's like you know if it, like would you like okay question for Ratsi if you could just teleport to where you wanted to go on vacation would you actually take the plane over that? You have to nitpick planes, people in their children constantly kicking your seat, control your child. Oh my god, okay. I've never really had the problem with that until last year. Um, I think it was last year or the year before. There was a kid standing on their seat. Like the kid behind me was standing up on their seat. Like shaking the back of my seat, like jumping around, like kicking everyone's seat. Like and they were standing up and their mom was like right beside them. I was like, your child should be sitting down with their seatbelt on, okay? Like you think why is your kid standing? And he kept touching the top of my head. I was like, bro, stop touching my head. Oh, that was actually so annoying. And I'm like, your mom is right there. She's doing nothing. It's like she does not care. Um, I would teleport. Planes are expensive. Plus, it's just more efficient. Okay, okay. So you would still take the teleporting over the plane. That sounds reasonable to me. That sounds reasonable. But yeah, that was actually like the worst plane experience. um, now I just pray like I'm not beside or in front of a child, or yeah, in front of a child. Sometimes there's like a kid beside me and they're like lying down and their like feet are in the way, but like that's not as bad. That's not as bad. And welcome in Hawaiian. You're amazing stream and a beautiful day. You too, you too. I appreciate that. A crying child is worse. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather have a crying, like I would rather have a crying child than like one kicking my seat, cause like at least like you can kind of drown them out, you know. But and like with a crying child, like you kind of feel like it's like you're not mad at the parent for like not controlling that, cause like as a parent, like there's only so much you can do, right? Like if the child is crying, but the child is like jumping around and kicking seats, like then like I'm like you should do something about that. What if teleportation has a cost to it? Like it's worth for the environment and stuff. That's true. Like yeah, what if yeah, there would be a lot of factors into it, right? Because like if it was like 100 times worse for the environment, then like that'd be bad. But it also depend like because like the plane is moving a lot of people, but presumably the teleportation would be like one per person. So like it really there's a lot of factors into this. How much it costs, how much it you know, like how many people are doing it. On the flight to Spain last year, I was the only one in my row. Oh, that's so nice. That's winning the lottery. But surely it must be cheaper than a plane, because I mean it depends how the technology works, I guess. Every time you teleport a square kilometer, that's huge. Oh, the Yukon becomes barren like Mars. What? So the amount of times you can teleport is like limited. I don't think it'd be worth it in that situation. Cause like if it was like okay, if you could cure a child with cancer and a square kilometer of Yukon becomes barren, that's probably worth it. But like, if it's just like saving 8 hours of slight discomfort, then like not really worth it. You know, like I feel like for the large like you could only do it so many times. Like yeah, it has a lot of square kilometers, but like you could only do it so many times. In that situation, I would probably wouldn't use it unless there was an emergency. Like if there was an emergency, like if it was like, you know, like awful, like my one of my family members in Japan was like dying. And like I would probably bear in the square kilometer of Yukon for that. But like I would use it very sparingly, okay? I would fly the way back. Um Yukon would be destroyed. Oh no. Maybe I won't be able to teleport because you Ratzi will take all the Yukon already. Rip all the people that live in the Yukon. But yeah, there'd be a lot of factors, but barring anything like that, like I would love if teleportation existed. I'm always saying like if I could have a superpower, it would be teleportation. I think it's the best one. But I think I would become very out of shape, but it'd probably be fine. Because I feel like as someone who has family in a different country, in a different continent, like if I could just stop by Japan on the weekend, like that would be amazing. Like that would be like a life changer, you know? I could just stop by for the afternoon, you know? To share my K-pop collection. You can share in the Discord, like CDs and stuff. But if it doesn't bear in the Yukon, but instead of sitting in the plane, you'd have to sit on the ground in a square kilometer patch of the Yukon for an equivalent length of the flight. What? I thought this was teleportation. That's not good. Time travel or immortality would be immortality would not be the coolest. I feel like immortality would be the worst. I feel like that's like a be careful what you wish for situation. I'm going to share a dumb thought. If you teleport from South America to Australia, if you keep your vertical positioning, you're not you're upside down since the Earth is a globe. Yeah, I'm not sure how you end up in the. I'm not sure how you end. I don't know if you keep your positioning or you just have to like. They just have to. Maybe the people doing the teleportation they have like a soft landing, you know. So you just land on your head. You just land on your head, but it's like a soft mat, so it's okay. Could you use the teleportation ability to teleport other people? Yeah, that would also be a factor too. Because like, what if you could only teleport yourself? But even if it was just myself, I'd take it. It would be better if I could teleport other people, but I would teleport just myself too. But welcome in, Mike. Hope you're doing well. You're gonna be in the nice nature. You'd be in the barren Yukon that the earlier teleportation machines created. Wait, what is the situation? Because he said instead of sitting in the plane, you just sit on the ground for the equivalent length of the flight. How does this relate to teleportation? Because that's not really teleportation. That's taking a lot of time. You know? Because like the point of teleportation is that you would save all the time of traveling. CDs, you got binders filled to the brim with photo cards. Oh, you can share that in Discord if you want. A lot of people would love those. You think you have immortality wrong, that you can invest in whatever you want. Worst case, you go back to work for the next 60 years. That sounds terrible. What do you mean? That sounds awful. If you could do it for others, you would never know a moment's peace. All hours of the day. Everyone you know and everyone who knows about you will be knocking at your door asking you to send them places. Then if they are knocking at my door, I'm teleporting away from them. And I would only use it for the people I'm close to. No one else would know. You'd be teleported to the Yukon, sit there for 8 hours, and then be teleported to Japan. No! That's not good. You should watch Jumper. You're immortal, your time is irrelevant, Miju. But what's the point of being immortal? Like, I just don't think it's like, I just don't think it'd be fun. You'd watch everyone you love die. And then you would just live forever. Like I don't want to live forever. That's too much time. Like, and then like what, the human race will die out and then you're just stuck? Like what? I don't want that. avoidance is the valid solution. Yeah, if you can teleport, you can just teleport away from all your problems. You like planes more than you like the Yukon. I mean, I guess sitting in the Yukon would be like preferable to sitting on a plane because at least you could stretch your legs. Um, but it might be cold. I don't know. It's probably very cold. um, I think that they're pretty similar. Um, you know what the point is? You're not immortal. I just don't think it would be good because, like, what's the point of living if you don't have people in your life? You know. Um, I think sharing your PC collection would be classified as spam, but I feel like people would get a kick out of that. I mean, as long as you're not sending each photo card individually, you can just group the photos. You can send 10 photos at once, you know? I'm sure people would like it. I don't personally collect photo cards, but I know some people do. That can't follow me if you teleport to Australia. I think that's true, yeah. Being immortal suggests you'll still be alive after heat death of a universe. Seems like a pretty meager experience. Exactly. Like, why would you? Like, what are you gonna do with all that time? Like, I would rather just live my life to the fullest in a normal human lifespan, and then die. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, after like we destroy the Earth and global warming, like, what am I gonna do in this situation? I should have to float in space forever. Rather live my life to the fullest as a woman who doesn't leave her flat. Exactly. I'm living my life to the fullest. I choose immortality of you choose immortality of longevity. But not from a car accident. Oh, so you can live forever unless you get hit by a car. I mean, fair enough. But like, isn't like a car accident the most likely way to die? I feel like you should choose something more rare. You know? Because you might just die anyway. Like, I feel like if you could like only have one way to die, I'd probably choose something like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'd choose something that I wouldn't encounter normally. I choose Ricky as well, but only with grand piano fall. That seems like a bad way to die. I feel like I choose something less painful. Um, but yeah, the same sort of idea, you know, like something very specific that like it wouldn't happen. So when you're ready to die, you can basically like, you know, like if you've lived long enough, at that point you could just like basically be like an assisted, like, you know, like an assisted euthanasia sort of situation. Once you're done living. Um, but yeah, it's I think that'd be fine. I think you can basically choose when to go, you know? Because like living forever would not be good. But a car accident would not be good because that could happen at any point, you know? But then that's just like real life. Man, we can't kill a guy, just drop a grand piano on me. Exactly. I feel like that would be kind of painful. I wouldn't want something that painful. After a certain point in the BK. With your luck, you'd gain immortality but still age normally. So you just be like bedridden after like 100 something years, and then you just can't do anything after that. That would actually suck as well. 1,000 years old, looking like a piece of jerky for real, and like your joints would just like not work anymore as well. I mean, if I can choose how to die, that's fair. Oh, you're assuming that like you couldn't choose the option. I mean, if it's like not like immortal or car accident, then I guess I'll take the car accident. But you know, in this hypothetical situation, I'm assuming I can choose. But yeah, I don't think I want immortality anyway. Like, I don't think even like with conditions, I'm okay. You know. But I guess like knowing you can only die from like one type of situation, then that could be better. Your cartilage has been gone for 9,930 years. Oh no. Yeah, that would actually suck. What if you can teleport, but there was a 1 in a 1 million chance that you died? Oh, I don't know. I think I wouldn't take it. Like that's a really small chance, but like it could still happen. I don't think I'd. But then like when okay, actually, the chance of you dying in a plane accident is that about the same? Like one in a like maybe less than that. Actually, is it more than that? I don't know. But that's the same as like driving, right? Like you probably have a higher chance of like you probably have a higher chance of dying every time you drive, and we still drive. You know? But if you teleport, but there's a 1% chance to kill a random child, someone on Earth, I don't think I'd do that because they didn't consent to. They didn't consent to this risk. Um, because like if it's like my own life in my hands, fair enough. But if it's someone else's life, they didn't ask for that. You don't gain enough about teleportation to risk it all. But I think the chance of dying in a car accident is higher than that, and we probably all still drive, right? Teleport with the same odds of dying in a plane crash. Then it's the same. I would absolutely take that. Um, but yeah, it's a. I mean, if it's the same odds of dying in a car crash, then, like, then I would, like, if it's the same odds of dying in a plane crash, then like it's the same, and one is just more convenient. I'll take the more convenient one. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. At the risk of car accident, you can somehow mitigate the risk with your superior driving skills. Maybe, but the people around you do not have your superior driving skills, you know? And like you could just be like, yeah, I don't know. You can, but I guess you could always like drive defensively, but it's not always in your control, you know? Okay. Enjoy the Malamar. I'll be right back. Give me a couple minutes. Okay, I'm back. I like how we chat of important matters. This is very important, Ricky. Like, in case you never know when it will happen, you know. One day they will invent teleportation, but 1% chance. And then we'll be like, oh guys, we got this, we got this. Um it's like Goodwill Hunting. The best part of my day is when I think she won't come back this time. I got that reference. I love Goodwill Hunting. Oh, speaking of me actually watching old movies, I decided to I forgot to cancel my VPN subscription. So I have it for another month. What a waste of money. But I was like, since I have it, I'll finish Eternal Sunshine. Okay, I'll finish it. I know I started watching it and then I didn't like it, and everyone was like, "It's a classic. How could you not like it?" So I was like, "Oh," but I just thought it was weird. But then I was like, "Fine. I was like, "Fine. I'll like I'll finish it," and I'm almost done. I'm almost done, and it's getting better. I think it's getting better. I'm at the last scene, but I didn't get a chance to finish it. I watch movies in very segmented ways, so I'm on the last scene, and I'm starting to. It's growing on me a little bit more. Like I think the characters are growing on me a bit more as we see like the good aspects of their relationship. Because before we only saw the bad parts of their relationship, and I thought everyone was awful, but everyone is still very flawed. But it's less uncomfortable than I thought. Began playing for some odd reason you can't fall asleep in them. I think I developed a fear of dreaming of a dying institution because of the plane descending very fast. That feeling we took a trip to California back in 2019. Yeah. I mean, fear of flying can be quite tough. I watched too many like plane crash movies. I've watched so many plane crash. I mean, there's just been a lot of plane crash movies. I watched Society of the Snow. I watched Yellow Jackets. So I'm like, man, I've watched a lot of plane crash media recently. But luckily, I don't have a fear of flying because, well, I don't know if this is like a reason. Like, I'm sure some people can still be scared. Flying like even if they fly often. But I've been flying since I was a kid, so I haven't been too scared. But maybe something can cause that fear as well. Keep it family friendly too, Cookie. Will teleport be like hex tech? That's probably not good. So judging what happened to Jace, I don't think we should have that. Hell actually froze over. She understood one of my pop culture references. You know I've seen that movie. I loved Good Will Hunting was so good. That's what I was like, man, like these old movies that people say are good, they're actually good. Like Good Will Hunting was one of my I think it's up there, one of my favorite movies now. I need to watch something else like that. Cause sometimes it can be really hit or miss with me. But I love movies like that. Like I love like very character driven movies that are very like emotional. Like a good sad movie. But that one wasn't too sad. But that the monologue, like the Robin Williams monologue was like really sad actually. So maybe it is sad. And then it took me half the movie to recognize Stellan Skarsgård. And I was like, you know, this guy looks really familiar. But he just looks so young. I didn't remember him. Because I only saw him in Chernobyl. And obviously he's like much older now. He has like gray hair. So I didn't recognize him. If you need a VPN, let me know. You pay for mine. I haven't used it in years. What? Cancel it, dude. Why are you paying for stuff you don't use? Mother Geo, of course. She is pretty mothering. You like me, I watch episodes of shows in like 20-minute chunks. Yeah, sometimes I do like 10-minute chunks. I'm like, is this really the right way to do it? I've been trying to like just hunker down and like watch some things all at once. Because I feel like you don't get the right like if it's like very like an engaging or like emotional thing. I feel like if you just like stop in the middle of a scene, it's probably not the best. But I think my attention span was kind of bad, so I was like, I would stop and like go on my phone and then I'd watch the movie. But at least I didn't like watch. I don't usually watch. I'll go on my phone while the movie's playing, unless I don't really like the movie. Final Destination was one of the things that traumatized me as a kid. Oh no, yeah. If you watch it as a kid, dude, I deleted your first message. Maybe just say hi, and then we can just have a normal conversation from there. The doubling down. I think if you just say hi, how is your day going? That's perfect. That's perfect. You finished season 4, episode 2 of Stranger Things. Let's go. I actually really like season 4 of Stranger Things. I know some people didn't feel that way, but I thought like for me, Stranger Things, season 1, perfect. Season 2, pretty good. Season 3 was like worse than season 2 in my opinion. There's lots of things I like about it, but overall I think it wasn't as strong. But season 4 I think is my second favorite after season 1. And we'll see where I'm guessing season 5 will be the last season, so I'm curious to see where it goes. The all-time horror classics to watch are The Shining and Christine. I kind of appreciate the Stephen King classics. I've never watched The Shining. That's another one of those, another one of the long list of classic movies that I haven't seen. I watched it like back in the day. I didn't really like it. I didn't like it. But I think it was just because like I just found it a bit too dark. So I think that's probably a running theme with it was kind of like a running theme with like Stephen King like novels and books, right? I think they all tend to be a little bit dark. So maybe that's why I didn't like it, because I was watching it and I was like, I like the clown. Like I thought Pennywise was fun and scary. But there's too much like all their parents like were terrible, especially the girls like dad. I was like, oh, I can't watch this. It's just, like for me that's like a little too dark. What's the hype around Stranger Things? You still haven't gone around to watch the season? Am I late to trends? You're a bit late to the party, but I also only started watching Stranger Things like after season 3 came out. And season 1 is really, really good. Like it's just like a genuinely great season of television. So I think it's definitely worth a watch. Especially if you love horror. It's not all the way like a horror movie, but it's definitely like it's a good experience. Especially if you like it's very like nostalgic 80s kind of thing. But I think the character writing and stuff is great. And the mystery in season 1 is so good. Bill Skarsgård is a phenomenal actor. Yeah, I don't remember much about. I don't feel strongly about it. You don't talk about sequel. I watched it chapter 2 in theaters. It was so bad. I was like, what am I watching? Because I watched season 1. It was like such a like a dark like it was such a like a dark movie about like very serious themes like with the kids and everything. And I was like, and then I watched it chapter 2, and I was like, I feel like I'm watching like Jumanji. Like it had the same tone as like a Jumanji, like the remake. I was like, what am I watching? That was crazy. And it wasn't scary at all. Was it worse than Madam Web? I haven't seen Madam Web. Jumanji remake was good. No, I just mean like that tone. I don't have an opinion on the Jumanji remake, but like the tone of the movie, like they were like quipping. I was like, bro, the first movie was like there was like these kids were being like abused by their parents, and they had like horrible home situations, and the movie was really dark and like very serious. But then the second movie, they were like making like Marvel one-liner jokes. I was like, what is this? Like, who in what world is this like a sequel to that first movie? It was not my choice to go see it, and I did not enjoy it. I'm not generally a horror movie fan because I think like a lot of them can be quite dark. Like I think a lot of them can be quite like I don't really like really dark movies. But a lot of like good movies tend to be dark. But I like movies with like horror elements, but not necessarily like full on. Sorry, I have like something on my glasses, but like full on like horror movie. Like I love like Get Out and stuff. I love Get Out and I love Nope recently, like the Jordan Peele movies. But they're not like full on horror movies. I don't feel like. I feel like full on horror movies are not something I enjoy too much. I literally can't read chat right now. My glasses are dirty. When do you update your panels? Are my panels wrong? They're probably out of date. I have not touched them. eBay 710 when it came out in theaters. Yeah, I don't remember much. I just remember being very like taken aback. I was like, why does this feel like a random like it just felt like very like tonally jarring, you know? But I don't feel like I haven't. I don't know. But I didn't feel strongly about the first one, so. In the stream, just chatting, Genshin Impact, cooking, Nintendo games, and Just Dance. Imitating a single Nintendo game or Just Dance since you've been here. I streamed Just Dance earlier this year. Midsummer is one to watch a ton. You watch the movies, you love the movie so much. Florence Pugh is sounding of what she does. I love Florence Pugh. I should watch that. I should watch that. That's like a horror movie as well, right? I'll add it to my list. I'll add it to my list. I love Florence Pugh. Earlier this year, it's the end of November. Yeah. So I played Just Dance in January. That is earlier this year, no? Where's my movies and shows list? It's a thriller, Marissa? Okay, okay. I've gone through. Oh, speaking of movies recently, I forgot to post on Discord, but I finally watched Challengers. Not a word on Nintendo games. What did I play last? I don't know. Maybe Tears of the Kingdom was a year ago. I'll get back to you on that, Ricky. I'll get back to you on that. Yeah, I finally watched Challengers. I really liked it. I thought it was really good. And I love Zendaya. I fell in love with Zendaya. Not the character. The character was terrible, but Zendaya was beautiful. Trigger warning, I see a bunch of stuff. It's gonna give you nightmares. Oh. I'll look into it before I watch it. We'll see. We'll see. Just Dance on the Switch. Yeah, that is a Nintendo game. What have I played on? I don't have my Switch. What even did I play? Switch Sports? Well, that was way too long ago. I probably just played with my family. That's why it's on here. Challenges with the interesting movie role for her. Yeah, her character was very, very interesting. It was a very different character than I was expecting from her, but that's good. I think it's good. Could stand challenges, couldn't tell if I was watching a Italian movie or a bad love triangle drama. It was both. It was both. I think, very, very deep. The tennis, she said at the beginning, tennis is a relationship, So then at the end, it's like tennis represents their relationships. It's bad regardless. I liked it. But I can see it doesn't vibe with people. I was trying to see if my uncle had any updates on his. He's been playing Octopath Traveler. I can't see his playtime until like he plays it for like 2 weeks because focus because Switch doesn't tell you for some reason. Spider-Man 4 looks like it's gonna be in production soon. Spider-Man 4, like Tom Holland. But on the new Minecraft movie trailer that just dropped. I have not seen any of it, but I don't have a strong high hopes for the Minecraft movie, but I don't think I'm gonna see it. I don't. No thoughts. No thoughts. I don't know why it's live action. It's the Nintendo games Ricky mentioning that her uncle played. There we go. Yeah, that's involved. Yeah. Is Octopath a Nintendo game? But he played Tears of the Kingdom. High five. Yeah. That's me focusing the camera. If I end up blurry, then I just do that. You say it's interesting. It has an appeal to kids. I mean, I'm sure kids will go see it, but I don't know why they didn't make it an animated movie. Because like lots of animated movies have been doing well, like the Mario movie, for example, also starring Jack Black. Why wouldn't a Minecraft movie be animated? I literally don't get it. But you know what? That movie. I don't think I'm the target audience for it, so that's okay. I'm excited for. I mean, it's already out, but I haven't seen it yet. I'm excited to see Wicked. I'm very curious what they're gonna do with Squid Game season 2. Like, I don't know where they're going with it, but I'll give it a shot because season one was very good. So I'll withhold judgment and I'll see what they're gonna do with season two. Um, Maybe seems like a Minecraft player. I feel like I would be a Minecraft player, but I'm like not. Like I had a phase, like I streamed it for the first time. Like I streamed my first time playing it, and I did play it for a bit on stream. And I had a great time. Like I enjoyed building stuff, but I don't know. Like I just never really. It seems like the type, like in theory, like with the style of game it is, it seems like a game I would enjoy. Like I like a good sandbox game. I like a good like that kind of game. But maybe it's just like the art style. Just like it doesn't really appeal to me that much. It's too blocky, which I guess is the point. But you know, I'm not a. It's never stuck with me. Even though on paper it seems like it should be a game that I would really enjoy. From the trailer, I saw season 2 is the guy goes back and plays the game again, but tells other people he should quit. I thought he's gonna like try and take down the game from the outside. Because why would they let him back in the game? But I haven't been following the trailers and stuff. Top performer, but Big Bang is gonna be in it, and Joe Yuri. Yeah. The casting has been interesting as well. Like lots of like idols and stuff. Which is interesting because season 1 had very strong actors, right? Like season 1 was like very, very well-known Korean actors. Like they were very strong. So like hiring idols is interesting. But maybe they're just really good. I don't know. I've never seen them act. Minecraft is chill vibes. Yeah, I know. I feel like I should like it, but something about it just doesn't click with me. Symmetry? What, Erky? You get bored with single player Minecraft? Yeah, I don't know, because I'm the type of person like who loves like I love like intrinsic motivation in games. Like I love like making my own goals and like working towards that. And Minecraft should be perfect for that, but I think it's just like the world doesn't appeal to me. Like it feels too cartoonish and childlike for me. Isn't Jesus supposed to be in season 2? I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, I feel like someone might have just made that up. And welcome in Darshan. Hope you're doing well today. Rust is me just. I've never played Rust. Maybe it is. But I like a good survival crafting game. To be fair. Because I love just like being like, okay, like I need, like for example, like Don't Starve. I'm like, okay, I need to prepare for winter. I need to like do all this stuff, and I have like a checklist of things I want to do. That's why I like Genshin as well, because like you can kind of like make your own goals, you know, where it's like, oh, I want to build this character, I want to do this today or whatever. I think that's what I like about games a lot of times, or I like a good story game, either that or that, you know, either of those things. They told us Minecraft with the guns. Okay. You watch movies? Yeah, we were just talking about movies earlier, actually. Do you play Animal Crossing or anything cutesy? Yes. I had a huge Animal Crossing phase. Like I feel like I played games before, but I played games before, but like Animal Crossing kind of made me like a degen gamer. Like I really experienced true degen gaming when Animal Crossing came out, and I like no-lifed it for like 2 months. I no-lifed it for like 2 months, and then and then I got burnt out because I played too much. But I also love like in terms of like cute cozy games, I like Stardew Valley a lot. I think it's great. I tried to convince Kimmy to play Don't Starve, but she doesn't like the design. I will compliment her and succeed. Does that work on Kimmy as well? I think she would like it. I think like show her Wendy. I love playing Wendy, and like Wendy has a little ghost Abigail. I think give it a chance with that. I think a lot of girls really like not to generalize, but like I think a lot of women will really like Don't Starve. Even though like yeah, the art style is not for everyone, but like I don't know, just like it's kind of like Stardew Valley almost, but like hardcore, you know? Like it's a bit more intense, but I think like even people who aren't like super into gaming can get really into it. You suggest one movie? Animal? I've never heard of it. What's it about? Need to prepare for winter only to die on the last day of the boss. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, Don't Starve is so good. I feel like it's such a. I think it's a great game to play with like couples or like friends. Like I think you guys. I think you guys would have so much fun with it, Ricky. Tell her that I highly recommend it, and I think tell her I think she'd be great at it. I'm gonna take a page out of your book. What do you think about the Life is Strange? What do you think about the Life is Strange games? I think I really okay. For me with Life is Strange, I'm sorry, Ricky. I think like I really appreciate Life is Strange for the genre it is and what it's done, and I think it's very charming. But for me personally, I wasn't a huge fan of the writing in Life is Strange, so the Life is Strange never really clicked with me personally. Because like I just didn't. I think it's just like the character. I think it's Chloe specifically. I didn't really like, but in terms of those types of story-based games, I think Life is Strange did a great job for like pushing that genre forward. But in terms of games like that, I prefer like Walking Dead, like Telltale games, Walking Dead, and I prefer I do like games like that. You're 30 over. Rati, you're not very convincing of your don't starve skills. You said you can't even survive winter, you know, like yeah, you got to bring more to the table here. um yeah, it's an interesting day today. um but yeah, I think like Life is Strange never clicked with me fully. Like it didn't emotionally resonate with me like it did for many people, but um I think it's a I think it's a great game. I think it's very charming. But that one's not my favorite of the story-based games. Like yeah, like I said, I'm a big fan of Walking Dead. I think I like that story a lot better, mostly because I'm kind of like I don't know if you have a story like like God of War, Last of Us, Walking Dead, where like it's kind of like there's this guy and he's like a tough guy, he's not a great dad, but then like you meet the like they have a child that they need to take care of, and then they like he learns to become a great dad, like those stories. Every time, like I will enjoy it every single time. Like Logan, like just I, for me, like that archetype story, I will any day, like yeah, Last of Us, exactly. Like those stories, I'm just a sucker for them. I don't know why. um so he becomes some sort of a dependent character for the main. The friends, like the more you play sequels, they'll get more interesting. Yeah, I just did not like Chloe, which is a tough like thing to get over in the game. Um, but yeah, I just thought she was very. I just thought she was very like. For me, I did not like her because I felt like she wasn't a good friend to Max. But yeah, welcome in, Star. Joel was a great dad. That's true. That's true. Joel was a great dad. But like after that, he didn't want anything to do with it. So I think like but you know what kind of story I mean. Like the the Last of Us style story. I love that. Um, but yeah, I think I'm just very partial to those stories. Cause like my favorite game, like God of War is one of my favorite games. Did you play The Last of Us? I did. I did. I actually like. I first had on the PS4, the remaster on the PS4, and I couldn't finish it because I was too bad. I was like struggling so hard with The Last of Us. Um, but I never ended up finishing it, so then I ended up just watching it on YouTube. I think I watched PewDiePie play it, because I couldn't find like because it's such an old game that like I couldn't find lots of people playing it. So I watched PewDiePie play it. I'm pretty sure. Um, and then I watched the show. Um, and then and then they released the remake on PlayStation. And I know a lot of people are like, yeah, the remake didn't add anything. And like, yeah, I kind of understand like the original game kind of holds up. But as someone who needs the accessibility features to be able to beat the game, because I'm like too bad at it, I don't have any like disability or anything like that. I'm just struggling, and I usually use accessibility features in Naughty Dog games to be able to play. Um, Especially like Last of Us is quite difficult. Um, like that was such a blessing for me because I was like I can actually finally finish the game, and I did beat the game on PS5. Even though it's a bit overpriced game. And welcome in Maroon. It's going pretty well. How about you? Off topic, but what's your MBTI? I don't know actually. I actually have no idea. I'm definitely introverted. But I don't know the rest. I have no idea. And this is a family friendly stream, but what's your opinion on bad mouthing Merc named Deadpool and his pal Wolfie? I wasn't I thought I didn't love Deadpool and Wolverine. Like I love Wolverine and but Deadpool has never really been my favorite franchise. Like I think like I like some aspects of it, but I feel like I didn't enjoy the humor as much. Like sometimes I'm like roll my eyes at it. Sometimes I like the meta stuff. I think it's fun. Um, but I thought, yeah, I think Ryan Gosling, not Ryan Gosling, sorry, hometown hero Ryan Reynolds. I think Ryan Reynolds is great in it. But I've never been like a huge Deadpool fan. But I thought the Deadpool and Wolverine, the plot was very nothing. You know, the plot was very thin. I didn't think the movie was very strong. Like I like the dynamic of Deadpool and Wolverine. I thought they were fun. Like they were the way they play with each other. There were some great jokes in there, but the actual plot of the movie felt very empty. And I was also one like I feel like there wasn't a very strong like emotional core of the movie because like the his wife wasn't even in it. Like so I feel like there was no like emotional connection there, and so I feel like the plot was very thin. You think a majority of Twitch is introverted? Maybe, yeah. I would say I'm quite like a outgoing person, but I'm definitely introverted. Like in terms of like my like social battery and like how much time I could spend alone. Like I feel like I'm introverted, but I'm not shy at all. The humor is dry. Yeah, I think like some of it is just like it's a bit too raunchy. It's a bit like, you know, it's just a bit over the top. Time for a nap. You need to avoid eating so I don't go over my calories. Oh god, good luck. Good luck, Gutsy. Enjoy your nap. Channing Tatum was a good ad. Honestly, I watched that movie and then people were talking about Channing Tatum in it and I didn't understand which guy was Channing Tatum. I thought it was the guy with the helmet, but it was the guy with the cards. So I guess I don't know what Channing Tatum looks like. So I guess I was just confused. I think we had this conversation about Channing Tatum like right after I watched Deadpool and Wolverine, and we're talking about like who is Channing Tatum for? You know, like especially like it's like the middle aged women guy like thirst trap, you know. But I think he's been branching out in the types of movies he does, or like he's actually quite good in like different roles and stuff like that. But I just actually did not know what he looked like. I did not know which guy he was. But I think also like a lot of the movie fell flat for me because like I didn't even know like the superhero squad they meet out in the woods. Like I didn't know any of them. Like I didn't know except for like Laura. Like I didn't know anyone. um, as someone who's a big fan of Deadpool, I enjoyed the movie overall. But I guess the type of appeal those movies can give. Yeah, exactly. Like I think like for me, like with like Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2, like I don't think they're bad movies. They're just not really for me. They don't really resonate with me. But I can see why people like them. And I think Deadpool is like good to have, like in terms of superhero movies being out, you know? So but I just don't think Deadpool 3 was very I think it was just like they relied a lot on like people having cameos and like certain characters coming up and they relied a lot on like just Wolverine being there, and I feel like the rest of the movie didn't have enough substance for me. Channing Tatum does comedy very well. He does. He does. But yeah, I've never. I guess I just forgot what he looked like. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure Channing Tatum. I'm pretty sure he lives in Vancouver. No, am I wrong? Or at least he has a place here. I'm sorry. He's a Vancouver enjoyer. It should be nicer to him. I just haven't watched very many Channing Tatum movies. I've watched like 21 Jump Street, but that was like a long time ago. Like that movie came out so long ago. I don't remember what he looks like. He looks very generic to me. Like as a classic, Electra was cool too. I didn't know any of these people, so I think that's also part of it as well. Because like I feel like I wasn't the target audience, both for like the humor of the movie and also for like the references in the movie. Because I just knew like I knew like Logan. Like I pretty much just knew Logan. But yeah, it was that kind of stuff kind of falls flat for me. I think those movies are quite a bit older, right? Maybe that's why. But yeah, I've never been like a huge Deadpool fan, so I wasn't like expecting too much from it. I know it's not really for me. As a national treasure of Vancouver, he is. So he is the treasure of Vancouver. What do you think about Ryan Reynolds branching out into roles that are interesting? What do you mean? I think that's good. If you branches out into lots of different roles. Cause like I feel like people can really like a lot of people who are like very strong comedy actors. Like for example, I've been watching a lot of Jim Carrey movies recently, and also national treasure Jim Carrey. I'm watching a lot of Jim Carrey movies, and I've only ever seen him in like comedy stuff before, like as a kid. But now I watched a bunch of his like more dramatic roles, and he's really really good. First of all, Carly Jepsen is a jewel of Vancouver. She's not. Is she from Vancouver? Vancouver. I think national treasures of Canada. Celine Dion. Ryan Reynolds, specifically Vancouver. Yeah, Carly Rae Jepsen for sure. Who else? I guess maybe Justin Bieber, but I don't know. I don't know if he's the national treasure anymore. But yeah, I think. Where's Carly Rae Jepsen from? Is she from? Is she from the island? Or no, you said she went to UVic. Mission. Okay, yeah, so it's not quite Vancouver. Like Ryan Reynolds is at least closer. I think he's from like Abbotsford, which is not in Vancouver, but it's pretty close. And I'm sure he moved here or something. He probably moved into Vancouver when he was younger. His Sonic Girl is iconic. I haven't seen it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to watch more movies recently, but I haven't watched a lot of new movies. I've been just trying to like. I had a list of movies I watched. Yeah, like I said, I watched Challengers recently. Really liked it. I thought it was very dramatic. And then also, I watched Past Lives, which I also saw recommended on Reddit. I thought it was okay. I thought it was good, but like, I didn't like love it that much. Also a love triangle movie, sort of. Not really a love triangle movie, but kind of. It wasn't my favorite. I don't know. And then also on my list, there's nothing like very that was like the main ones that I was trying to get through on my list. But maybe I need to like look through the I keep wanting to watch like, because people kept mentioning, like I was reading the discussion about Past Lives, and everyone was like, oh, it's very similar to In the Mood for Love, which is also a movie that's been on my list for a while, but I couldn't find it. And then I was like, oh, I have my VPN, so I'm sure it's on Netflix somewhere. It's on Netflix in Korea, but the movie is in Cantonese, and the only subtitles are Korean. So I was like, I like started to watch it, and then all the subtitles were in Korean. I was like, oh my god, I can't change. Like, there's no English subtitles. So I was like, I can't watch this. So I still have not gotten around to watching that. Do you have any other Carly Rae Jepsen inquiries? I have the Wikipedia page open. Do I have any other Carly Rae Jepsen inquiries? Not really. Past Lives on Amazon Prime. Yeah, that's where I watched it. But yeah, I thought it was like a well done film. Like sometimes films are like I can appreciate that this is like a well done film. But sometimes I'm just like I was a bit bored during it personally. I was like, but I think it's just me. Like I think it's a good movie. It was just me that was. I was like I'm kind of bored. um, but I'll have to see what else. I think I don't have Crave anymore, which has like HBO and stuff like that. So I think it's like if I want to watch a movie, it'll be Prime or Netflix. But I have my VPN for like another week or so I can watch all the world's Netflix as long as they have the right subtitles for me. A good film with Florence Pugh. Okay. Is A Good Person with Morgan Freeman. Okay. I do love Florence Pugh as well. It's very convincing as well. I saw a film on or saw a movie series or TV show on Crave with Elizabeth Olsen, and I was like, oh, I love Elizabeth Olsen, but it was a true crime show, and I was like, I'm not a huge fan of true crime. I feel like kind of gross watching it, so I was like, I'm not gonna watch that one. But I think I need to just I need to keep watching. Like recently, I just like go to like the award-winning film section, and then I was just like, okay, I haven't seen that yet, and I should watch that. I think next on my list, I was gonna watch Whiplash. I know it's supposed to be good. The premise doesn't seem appealing to me, but I know it's supposed to be very good, so I might give that a watch. It's on Prime as well. You don't like true crime? Not really. It just feels kind of. It depends on what it's about, but it feels a bit like exploitative. It feels just weird that it's like about real people, and a lot of times they don't have permission to make it. But I liked Society of the Snow because they did it with permission of them, with the actual people who were like part of it, and they were even in the movie as like cameos, which is cool. You love watching true crime stuff. Sometimes I put on a podcast and sleep with them or a video on YouTube. Yeah, a lot of people sleep to true crime, and I'm like, how are you sleeping to true crime? Like, that sounds like the worst thing to like. That sounds like something very stressful to sleep to. But I know a lot of people really like it. It's just not for me. But it also like it depends on the person. Like some people do a really good job, like being very respectful to like the victims or like the victim's family while making the shows, and some people are so disrespectful and they just like go out of their way, like digging up private information and like just being like some people just do not go about it in the right way, so it can feel very exploitative. But some people do it in a good way. Is Whiplash the one up where J.K. Simmons plays an abusive father to a musician? Yeah, something about like a jazz musician. I haven't watched it yet, but I think it's something to do with the musician. Whiplash. What are you referencing? Is that a song? Or is that in the movie? But yeah, I've just been trying to watch like very famous, renowned films because I have not watched a lot of them. A song by aespa. Is that such a K-pop fan? It's probably a Minion meme. That's also possible. You know, Stan has not seen Despicable Me. Despicable Me is good. But yes, oh, I just like cracked my knuckles. I've never done that in my life. I crack my knuckles by going like this. I've never done that before. Yeah, one day you have to watch it. Like Despicable Me 1 is like genuinely such a cute movie. The newest one? No, you don't need to watch anything after 1. I think I think 1 is genuinely a great movie. Everything after that is questionable. Isn't cracking your knuckles bad? I didn't do it on purpose. It scared me. It's probably bad. But sometimes it feels good to like crack like your neck, you know? But it's probably not the best. But getting a good stretch in is always good. I don't crack my knuckles. I'm not I'm not the person. Like, you know, some people can just like crack all their knuckles. I literally cannot do that. I can crack my wrist though. Can you hear my wrist? Oh, it stopped. My wrist just sounds like 15 bones like just grinded to pieces in my wrist. I don't know if that's good or bad. Like my wrists are weird. Um, if you're feeling about chiropractors, I mean, they're not doctors. I'm quite anti chiropractor. I think they could be okay. Um, but some of them are like scammers. Like there's chiropractors out there that are like saying they can cure cancer. Like you cannot cure cancer by cracking someone's back. Like it's obviously fake. But sometimes they're just like doing like massages or like that kind of thing, like being like, oh, it's helping your back. But I feel like still like I would not go to a chiropractor over like a like a physical therapist or it's a doctor. You have clicky hands, like your fingers, like they click like if you with your fingers, because my wrists are clicky. But like, they've always been like that. But I think I have bad wrist because I feel like I have wrist pain more often. Your fingers click? Is that bad? Do you think it's from playing too much WoW? Like your fingers are just like in this like keyboard and mouse position for way too long and then they're just like stiff? Because I feel like my wrists are bad probably because of too much computer usage. I think that's probably why. Like I feel like I don't stretch. That was such a loud crack. I feel like I just don't stretch them enough, and that's probably why a lot of my joints became bad. It's like a lack of mobility, as my Pilates instructor says. But yeah, it's a. I think sometimes people just have clicky joints, and maybe it's not good or bad. Depending on the current situation that's happening with New Jeans, I have not been following it. I'm sorry. I know stuff is going on. But I've not been following it. I don't really follow like K-pop news and stuff like that because there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Like there's like yeah, like there's genuine scandals in K-pop, but then there's like nothing scandals. Like there's like oh like um like there's like sometimes the scandals are like the most stupid thing I've ever heard. But obviously like the Niger situation, I'm sure it seems to be an actual issue. But I have not been following, so I don't have any opinion. Um, yeah, it's sometimes I see like thumbnails and it's like, oh, like this person didn't didn't wave to their fans on the left side when they were walking to their car, and they're in huge controversy. And you're like, okay, like, come on. Sometimes the reasons are like very silly. And it just depends on the person. Yeah, I try not to follow K-pop news. Um, but yeah, I feel like I try not to. I feel like sometimes I fall down a rabbit hole of like commentary channels, and then they're like really like sometimes they're like very silly situations. But then sometimes I get into like a rabbit hole of like celebrities, and then like it's like there are so many like weird. They're like, oh, a celebrity tweeted this, and then like it's like the most like mundane thing. Um, and then if I have too much like if I have too much of that on my YouTube feed, then I'm just like I can't live like this. And do you follow K-pop? Yeah, the news already engraved in your mind. Oh no, I'm sure it will take a toll on your mind. When are you gonna start apologizing for all your scandals? Maybe I'll just do like I think I'm just gonna wait till they pile up, and then I'm just gonna do one apology, and I'm just gonna be like, "Hey guys, I'm sorry," and I feel like that's like sufficient, right? Um, what would be my biggest scandal? Um, if I had a scandal, what would it be? Break out the ukulele. Yes. Yes, it's been hiding. It's behind this wall actually. I actually do own a ukulele. It's behind this wall. And I gotta dust it off and yeah, it just hasn't been used because I haven't had anything to apologize for. But maybe I will. Um, what is my most controversial opinion? I mean, I do really hate on bug Pokemon a lot, and sometimes people are very offended by this. And maybe I should maybe like, but I don't think I need to apologize for that, you know? Like I do think bug Pokemon are gross, you know? So I don't have any apologies for this. Um, I mean, I don't like old Pokemon. Why are all my controversies Pokemon related? I don't like old Pokemon games. Um, but like I stand by. I'm not gonna apologize. I stand by my opinion. I don't like old Pokemon games. I don't like old Zelda games. I stand by this. Um, that is my opinion. You know, I feel like I don't need to apologize for that. Speaking of Rose, have you heard of song Number One Girl? I have heard it. I have heard it. I think it's good. I just don't have a strong opinion on it. It just felt like I didn't feel like it was very unique. Like I thought it was good. Like she sounds great on it, but for me, it gave me very strong. It was very reminiscent of like Avril Lavigne. Um, but I just felt like it was kind of like a normal ballad. You stuck into Costco without being a member several times. I have not. Why would I sneak in? I'm literally a member. Pokemon Scarlet, you got a couple of shinies. Let's go. Let's go. I don't think it's a controversy. I don't need to apologize for them. Um, yeah, I think my only controversial takes are about like older games, like especially Pokemon, especially Zelda. Like I can't think of anything else. I'm sure there's lots of things that I disagree with Chad about. Maybe about like, and maybe I have some K-pop takes, but I don't think they're like very controversial. You know, like I feel like I have a lot of takes about as someone who's very into like vocals and stuff like that. I have a lot of takes on K-pop vocals, but I don't think they're hot takes by any means. You know, like I feel like um, there's always going to be K-pop fans that defend the idols like singing capabilities or lack thereof. But I think objectively, you know, I have my proof. You know, like there's no need to apologize. Um, and I feel like I never insult the idols themselves. You know, I don't like I'm not like wow they suck because they can't sing. I'm just saying like their vocals could use some work. Um, Pokemon, old Zelda games, gotcha. Yeah, exactly, exactly. You got shiny Tep Tepig and shiny Chespin. Nice. I don't know this Pokemon, but I'm sure they're great. If K-pop takes count, I should do my ukulele. Do you want to do a duet? Or like, I think you can borrow my ukulele if you want. But I don't think my K-pop takes are like I don't think they're hot takes. Like I think it's like I don't know. I think I'm just speaking objective facts, you know? I will not apologize. Maybe I would be a not I would not I'm not good at this apology thing because I stand by everything I say, you know? Unless I misspeak. If I misspeak, I'll own up to that. But like every opinion I have, I stand by it. I don't think I have any really bad takes, do I? I don't know. I'm sure I have something. I'm sure I have something. I'm sure I have like a really bad take out there somewhere. Um, maybe there's like a game or something that I am. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe just like I think my only thing that could be considered a bad take is Pokemon and Zelda. And I think people just have a lot of nostalgia towards older Pokemon games. So, you know, that's a that's like people have their emotions wrapped up in it, and I don't. I have my objective viewpoint. But it really is like a personal preference. So I have no idea. And I don't even think it's a bad take to be like Breath of the Wild is the best Zelda game. Cause I feel like a lot of people think that, or like a lot of people are like Breath of the Wild is my favorite Zelda game. Because it's like a genuinely very good game. Like there's other very good games in the Zelda franchise, but Breath of the Wild was very revolutionary. And they're just like it's like comparing them is like they're so different. Because I feel like there's a lot of people who like Breath of the Wild who wouldn't like traditional Zelda games, which is me, which is me. But yeah, so I have nothing to apologize for yet. I'll defend Itzy with every fiber of my being. You won't take any criticism from toxic people who are trying to take them down. Actually, Itzy is the one group that I do not have any issue with. They're actually very competent. Like they can sing and dance. They're one of the few groups that actually can sing and dance at the same time, and they're very good. And despite being a dance forward group, they're vocally sound. Like, are they the best singers in the world? Not really. But are they pretty decent singers and they can sing and dance? Yes. I don't have a problem with it, Itzy. I think Itzy meets the standard. Also, like ever since I saw Yeji doing that, like Yeji's performance of "Ain't My Fault," like before she debuted, that's how I knew. Oh, Itzy's like she's fine. She can sing. Like not everyone has to be like Wendy level of singing. They can sing fine. Just the bar is low, and lots of groups are not meeting this bar. You never apologize for saying Breath of the Wild better than Tears of the Kingdom. I will never apologize for that too. The ukulele is staying in the closet for that. I wholeheartedly believe that take. I had a lot of. I think like maybe in a vacuum, I could see like if you played Tears of the Kingdom first and you didn't play Breath of the Wild, then I could see why people like it. But as someone who played Breath of the Wild and who played a lot of Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom was very disappointing. I suppose fandom has been down Itzy's throat for a while. It's crazy. People should just get along. I don't have a problem with Espa either, though. Like Espa's very, like everyone was worried that Espa couldn't sing because like they lip synced a lot, right? But then like Espa can sing. Damn, they can sing. So I don't think it's a problem. For me, it's just like I don't know. For me, it's like just have a problem when like either they're like for me, I have like a pretty low bar of like I feel like they should just be like pretty. They should reach a level where they're like decent at singing. Like they don't have to be amazing at singing. If they're just decent at singing, like I understand that like not everyone in the group is like the main vocal, right? Like the other members who sing, like the lead vocalist, whatever, they should be decent. Like they should just hit this bar, right? But a lot of groups, like Le Seraphim, for example, they're a little. I think they could use some work. Have you heard of Strawberry Moon cover? I have not. I'm sorry. Weird how Espa and Itzy are friends IRL, but the fans can't get along. Fans in general in K-pop are toxic. Yeah, I agree. It's like pitting people against each other who like are not against each other. Like, and like, what does any other group have to do with them? Like it's so stupid. My life as an indie guy is so nice. You don't know what any fandoms or anything think. Yeah, exactly. I think like there's a lot of I think it can be fun to be in a fandom, but I think I'm past those days. I think I'm past those days. I'm past my fangirl days. And I'm just like I'm gonna appreciate good music, or music I enjoy. and I don't have any particular like. There's some artists I like um more than others or whatever, but like I don't have any horse in this race, you know. But K-pop is a whole other level of like the fandoms and what's going on in there. But people fighting is silly. Cause like, what does that even like? Like, who cares? K-pop and Swifty, true, true. Swifties are a different level, but I heard that they are very polite. Like apparently they get a lot of compliments, like, cause like when Taylor Swift comes to the like a city, right? Like a huge amount of Swifties come in, and apparently they're very clean and they're very polite. um, apparently they've been getting a lot of compliments on this. Um, for Western artists, I mean, yeah, there's definitely fans, but I feel like K-pop is a bit different because K-pop very maybe Taylor Swift as well, but like K-pop specifically, they're very purposefully like the companies and the management, they're very purposely marketing the K-pop idols very parasocially, right? Like they're marketing them in like a very specific way, and there's a lot of I think K-pop is specifically trying to foster these parasocial relationships, which kind of leads to a lot of like a lot of the crazier fan behavior that we see. So I think that's also a difference because like the way they're marketed and like for example like not being able to date is like super says a lot about how they want their idols to be seen and how they want their idols to be interacted with. So I think I think it's a bit different from Western artists in that regard. But there's definitely like very toxic fans in any fandom. Like people will find a way to be toxic about anything. Like I'm sure like um Ford and Chevrolet truck owners are like toxic towards each other, you know? Um but K-pop has like very specific like people get like very personally invested. And I think that can happen with any famous person, but K-pop specifically tries to foster that. Is the current situation that caught your eye in the K-pop realm is on a good looking? Go ahead. Yeah, there's always something going on. Um, but yeah, it's I have not I do not keep up with that. Even when I was like super into K-pop, I did not follow like the K-pop news and stuff because like I was like seeing some of the scandals, I was like, guys, if you waste your time reporting on these like non-scandals when there's actually like a serious issue, like like I'm not gonna care when there's like actual serious issue because you spend so much time. Um, you know, like K-pop idols are getting into a scandal because like they went on a date or like you know they whatever. Like it's so silly. Or they didn't bow when someone was walking past them at the music award. Like it's so silly. But yeah, I'm not too. I'm a K-pop. Like I like listening to K-pop and I like certain artists and stuff like that. But I'm not a. I'm not as much of a. I'm not in the K-pop world these days. I think it's okay. I think it's a lot of work to keep up with it. But I have been we do discuss we for someone who's like not up to date on what's going on in K-pop. I feel like we discuss it a lot here. Like I feel like it always like stuff always comes up. Um, but yeah, so I always end up talking about it, but I always end up talking about like the industry in general. It's very interesting. The company tried to cover up a situation where someone got essayed by CEO. It's very difficult to understand why people with power can get away with that. Yeah, that's messed up. I'm sure like I think that's like a overall issue with like entertainment industries and stuff like that. It's kind of like yeah, it's a bit of the dark topic, but yeah. Yeah, they exactly like in Holly, for example, like look at Hollywood. Look at the Western music industry. I think it's always like that. And like it's crazy seeing like some people in Hollywood who are still like well known. I'm like, you should be in jail. Like this person should be in jail. Like they're just out here like just living their life being a famous person, and like everyone knows all the terrible things they did, but yet, like it's just they're just there, so I think it's common in those circles, and it should not be. It really should not be. That's why I'm like, I don't want anything to do with that, And I am a very strong proponent that idols under 18 should, or like whatever age, like set an age, idols under that age should not be debuting. 14-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 15-year-olds should not be debuting. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, I mean yeah, exactly. We have a lot of similar situations in the West, and there's a lot of people who have just been doing horrible things for years and getting away with it. And hopefully this stops. Yeah, so it's not great. It's not great. And I'm sure a lot more happens that we just don't know about. No debut until you have a high school diploma. Exactly. Graduate high school, and then you could be a K-pop idol. There's no need to be a K-pop idol when you're like 15. I really, and then like I think they could only stand to benefit from just training longer and just being like no like it's not that like why do they need to be that young? Like just get someone older or just wait a few years. Come on. Like Blackpink they were all of age when they debuted, I'm pretty sure. And it didn't have any effect on their popularity or their success. Like they're fine. Like in fact they're more successful than like the majority of K-pop groups. There's no need for them to be so young. And I think it only like makes things worse, and like in terms of like being like financially taken advantage of, or like being in bad situations. Like they should not be in that industry at that age. And I don't think they're being protected well enough. They should. And they should actually have a high school diploma. At least. But I know a lot of like I found out this recently, but like a lot of like esports but like for example like professional league players, a lot of them like drop out of high school and they haven't finished their high school. Because they were talking about like Faker and Duff. Like Faker never finished high school, so like there was some sort of or I can't remember if it's Faker, but they never finished high school, so it had some sort of implication on their like their military service. But some people go back at like a GED. I'm like, guys, go to school. But yeah, exactly. Like you never really know what goes on behind closed doors. There's a lot of like people trying to speculate and like digging into things, but like in the end, you don't really know what's going on, unless there's like a legal situation or something. But I think that imagine having to finish high school after you wash at your career. Exactly. I feel like there's not a lot of longevity in these things. I feel like I'm way too practical to ever like do anything like that, like not that I would ever be like a esports player, but like I would be like for so many esports players, unless you're like at the top of your game and you're making millions and you can just like you're set for life. Like unless you're set for life, like you're eventually like you're gonna be washed when you're like 25. Like what are you gonna do? That's why people always say, like, for example, like streaming. Like I stream very solely as a hobby. Even if I would only ever quit my job if I was like becoming like a multi-millionaire, if I was just like making enough to like live comfortably, I would not quit my job. Because like yeah, I'm fine now, but like streaming is not a very long-term career, like people like you're counting on on yourself being popular and people watching you, so it's like I'm way too I'm way too financially conservative to do that. Um, I basically only watch streamers who do it as a hobby. Don't want to sit here and worry about their livelihood. I mean, yeah, exactly. It's like, well, I mean, I don't really care if I'm watching, but like, I think like, um, well, I mean, if it's like people who do it as a hobby, like for example, like the biggest streamers, they don't have to worry, right? Like, once you reach a certain, like, once you're like the top streamer, then like they're set for life. At that point, they can just do whatever they want. As long as they like, you know, are smart about it and not like spend all their money. Um, but yeah, it can be. I would never count on for me personally. I would never count on streaming to like pay for my bills or anything like that. Cause like in my opinion, like I would never be like, oh, like I need money now. Like I'm gonna stream to make money. Like no, I would like go get a job. Like if I really needed money, like I would go get like another job instead of streaming. Like I feel like that's like your return of investment, unless you get really lucky. It's not gonna be very high. Like I would probably make more money working at like a minimum wage job, you know? So it's not a I don't know. Just remember my sub money is earmarked for vegan food. Okay. I'll use your it's definitely all separate, yes, but yours will go towards buying tofu and vegetables. Um, I'm sure I'm sure I buy at least how much, like like $3. I'm sure I buy like $3 of vegan food a month. Okay. Oat milk, even well, my oat milk is what, like 250 per carton. There you go. There you go. There's entitled streamers that use their viewers as a source of income. I don't think I would call that entitled. Some people just stream for a job. I don't think that's entitled. I think some people just stream for a living. Um, it's just the reality of it. Um, unless you mean the streamers that were like, clowned on for being like, oh, why don't you guys have $5? Why don't you give me? Remember that person? There's that person, but I don't think every streamer who streams for income is entitled. It's kind of a weird take. The ones who demand money. I think, yeah, I know. I think I know what you mean. Like the streamers who feel entitled to receive money from their viewers. That's wrong, obviously. Like no one is obligated to give you money, right? You don't like oat milk? Yes, soy milk is dead. I know you don't believe you. You like soy milk over oat milk? I don't believe that. Oat milk is so much better. Soy milk is okay, but like if you say spend it on almond milk, you can unsub. Almond milk. Just show more Luca will open her wallet. Oh, that was the trick to it. But then Luca will just demand I spend it on food for him, you know? Like he'll be like, "Oh, buy me more pumpkin, buy me more potatoes, buy me more lettuce." He's on a diet. He can't. He 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 he's on like he can't eat fatty foods recently. But yeah, welcome in social. Flavored oat milk is fine, but unflavored soy milk. Oh, I get the original flavor oat milk. I think it has some sort of sweetener in it. I've never had the unsweetened kind. Maybe it's bad. No, Luca living a suboptimal life. It's for his health. It's for his health. He's not allowed. He has a bad liver. He has high blood pressure and a bad liver. He's a grandpa. But to be fair, he's allowed chicken. He's allowed chicken. And he loves broccoli. He loves pumpkin. He loves potatoes. So he's happy. He's happy. Does he miss beef? Maybe. But he loves chicken. It's fine. The other day, me and my mom were sitting on the couch and we were talking about dinner, and my mom was like, "Oh, I made chicken today." And Luca hears chicken and he's up. Like he's in the kitchen. He's ready. And we're like, "No, it's not for you." He reacts very strongly to that word. You have to get unsweetened oat milk. It's fine, really. Well, I mean, they're going to say it's bad. He just said unsweetened soy milk is better. Yeah, Luca was looking forward to that. He was like, "Oh, did you say chicken? That's me." He understands a lot. Luca on the bodybuilder diet, chicken and broccoli and other veg. He really is. He really is. Luca, not as much anymore because he can't go on hikes these days. But when he used to hike, he was so muscular. Is Luca a dog? Yeah, Luca's my dog. But yeah, he's definitely on a he's definitely the chicken and broccoli guy. And it's only like white meat as well. Like it's like chicken breast only. He's very healthy. But he really likes those foods. Is your dog named after that one Disney movie? No, he's like 11 years old almost. So he Luca existed before the movie Luca. So really, they named that movie after my dog. But I just thought it was a cute name. And it was easy enough for everyone to pronounce. Your parents' dogs only eat some fancy raw meatballs. They refuse to eat dry food. They're spoiled. They're so spoiled. That's funny. Luca does eat dry food, but he has some that he likes more than others. He's on like a low fat dry food right now. He's not really a fan. But he has to have it. He's on like the special like gastrointestinal special dry food. But he does seem to like it. But I think the reduced fat one is less tasty. Our old dog would eat anything. He'd happily chomp down on her dad's apple cores. No, Luca would only eat Luca will only eat like apples that are good. Like if you give him apples that are like kind of like, you know, some apples are a bit mushy or like some are like a little too sour. Like he won't eat that. He only eat good tasting apples. Like if you give him a gross apple, he'll spit it out. Yeah, some dogs eat human food, but unseasoned food. Yeah, dogs can eat a lot of different types of human food. You just have to be careful what you give them. They can't eat everything, of course. Fattest flavor, it is. Life without fat would be very sad. Imagine only eating beef that had 0 fat on it. That would be terrible. Before Luca, he can only eat stuff below 4% fat or something like that. So he can't eat most like store-bought treats. And he's pretty picky about store-bought treats anyway, so we kind of just gave up. Like his favorite treats from the store are like, you know, the ones that are like straight up freeze-dried, like freeze-dried meat. Like he loves those, but those are really expensive because they're like it's like the one ingredient type of treat. So we just decided like we just like microwave a sweet potato, and he loves that. That's his favorite. He likes broccoli as well. Yeah, he likes playing with lettuce. He likes eating lettuce, of course. But I think his favorite is pumpkin. He really likes pumpkin. We give him like Japanese kabocha, and he loves it. So he's pretty easy to please. And it's healthy. He's very healthy. Yeah, he will, but he doesn't really try to eat other human foods. Like if it's like meat, of course he wants to eat it. But I was eating like dogs can't eat grapes, for example, and I was eating grapes yesterday, and he doesn't even like try to eat. He's not interested at all. Like he's not interested in a lot of like fruits and vegetables. There's only some he likes. Like, I tried to make him eat blueberries, but he like doesn't really want to eat blueberries. I think he doesn't understand. Like he doesn't understand the flavor is like when you bite into it. And then like so he like won't bite. He'll just put it in his mouth and he'll be like, this tastes like nothing. He spits it out, right? So he can't eat stuff like that. The worst part about dog sitting is feeding them, having to handle the food and treats. I mean, you said it's raw meatballs, right? That's probably not the best. I mean, I don't like handling raw meat either. But I guess it's worse for you. But you should try Luca's strat. Try giving them broccoli and pumpkin and potato. Maybe they'll like it. Cause Luca, like for Luca, it's like legitimately a treat. Like he's like very very excited to have pumpkin. Maybe you gotta give that a shot. Yeah, I think like cutting raw chicken is the worst. Gonna make them a whole salad and see what they go for. That's true. Yeah. You gotta see what they like. Cause some dogs really like cucumber, but Luca's never liked cucumber. So it really just depends. A lot of dogs like lettuce, but mostly because they like playing with it. I think it's fun for them to like rip it apart. Because sometimes he'll eat all the lettuce and sometimes he'll just like rip it into pieces and leave it on the floor, you know? It depends on the day. Depends on his mood. So yeah, they might start appreciating. But then like given the choice between meat and vegetables, I think Luca will always choose the meat. But that's just how dogs are. The poodle is ripping paper apart. Maybe she'd like lettuce. She might, yeah. Let us know how it goes. See what they like. Yeah, I'm not a fan of like cutting raw meat and stuff. It depends on it. Mostly because like I never like let it thaw enough. So I'm always like cutting meat when it's like still kind of frozen, and then my fingers are like freezing off. I'm like, it's like so I have just have like a negative association with this stuff. Um, Leah, it tastes like electricity. Is it? It's not spicy at all. I feel like electricity would be like spicy. Um, I don't think it does. I think it's a strange thing to say. Um, I like a good cucumber. But it's not my favorite. It's not my. I don't like enjoy eating it that much, but I don't dislike it. The shot with the meatballs is to cut them up with a knife and fork, so you have to touch them. Did they require you to cut them up as well? Your dogs are so high maintenance. Just give the dogs a knife and the fork. I'm sure they can. Uh, I'm sure your poodle could do that. I'll eat it with the side of carrots and ranch. I'm a hummus enjoyer. Yeah, I think if I have to have like veggies and dip, I'm a hummus enjoyer for sure. I'm not a big fan of ranch. Or I just eat a plain. Like I don't just eat a plain. I'm the type of person who like eat salad. I often eat salad without any dressing. Cause like sometimes like dressing really annoys me. It's like too much dressing or like I don't like the dressing. So like for me it's like sometimes I just want to eat a plain. As long as they're so gentrified, they know how to use a knife and fork. Yeah, they might. I mean they don't even eat dog food. They just eat meatballs. So like I'm sure they can handle cutting it up themselves. You have a cucumber slices on bread with hummus. That sounds good. Sounds good. You need a dipper too. You can't handle anything dry. Fair enough. Fair enough. There's some good dips out there. You also have I don't know what I was trying to say. Cucumber and tomato salad with falafel. The thing is, I'm not a tomato person. I can't. I'm one of those people that don't eat raw tomatoes. But if it's like cooked tomato, I like it. Or like ketchup, or even raw tomato chunks and like salsa, or whole tomatoes on pizza, or pasta, or like a Greek salad. But like just to like raw tomato in a salad, I can't do it. I can't do it. I like these days I can stomach it, but like it's like my least favorite thing. But recently I can eat eggplant. Um, but I don't know. It's just like it's not my favorite thing to eat still. It's like okay, but like I'm like I don't prefer to eat this. I think as I've gotten older, there's not really a vegetable where like I can't eat this. And I'm like I literally cannot stomach this. Like if someone gives it to, if I'm like at someone's house and they're serving me dinner, I will eat everything. But will I enjoy everything? Probably not. Um, Eggplant is easy to cook badly. I'm always looking at my parents. Oh no. Yeah, maybe a lot of our food aversions are like our parents suck at cooking it. Or you just had like a bad experience with that as a kid. Who knows? Yeah, your taste buds definitely change as you get older. Yeah, I was definitely not an eggplant enjoyer for a very long time. Maybe once I get old enough, I will enjoy it. But I did try it recently when I was in Japan as well, and I was like, it's okay. I'm like, it's okay. I'm like, do I enjoy this that much? Not really. The texture is just weird. My folks are definitely veggie overcookers. Oh no, that's the worst. Luckily, my mom is a really good cook, so there's a lot of good food. And I brought home so much food yesterday. Every time I'm at my mom's house, I'm like, Mom, can I take this home? And yesterday, like I was like, Mom, can I take these grapes home? And she was like, Oh, I already packed you some. And I was like, Thanks, Mom. And every time I like take food, like leftover food from dinner, she's like, Take more. Like why aren't you only taking that much? Like take more. Take all of it. I think she's worried that I'm not getting enough vegetables. So I got a few veggie dishes. I got a bunch of vegetable soup. So I'm gonna be eating good for a while because I was eating kind of bad recently, and I was feeling kind of bad. Because I bought a pizza because I was craving pizza right for a while, but then I realized I have to eat the pizza for like many days because I was like I couldn't finish the pizza all at once, right? So then I was like I felt like very unhealthy for the past few days because I was just eating pizza. So now I have veggie soup, so I can feel like I'm being healthy. Yeah, Mom Jimar, exactly, exactly. I'm back to getting like a ton of food from my mom's house. I used to come back with like so much. I used to come back with like it looked like a like a whole week's worth of groceries, from my mom's house. And she would even give me like she'd be like, "Oh, we should take this like bread." Like when we came home from Japan, she went grocery shopping the next day, and then she just gave me like half of everything. Like she just gave me like half of the produce. She gave me a few slices of bread. Like I literally went grocery shopping at her house, which is very nice. I appreciated that because I didn't have to go out at grocery because like the worst thing is coming home from vacation and your fridge is like completely empty. I'm like, oh, what do I eat? Yeah, I was kind of eating like garbage this week. Eating pizza, eating shin. So I was like eating some fruit and stuff to make up for it, but I definitely was not very healthy. And I feel like when I don't eat healthy, I can like really feel it. Like I just feel like I feel weak. I feel tired. Like I feel like it's definitely noticeable. So hopefully all the produce I got from my mom will make up for it. Um, but yeah. Speaking of food, maybe I should go eat lunch now. It is nice lunchtime. I have a lot of leftover food. I have salmon. I have a few veggie dishes. What do you make it for lunch? My mom also gave me pizza. I was like, I've been eating pizza all week. She gave me pizza as well. What do you? I'm not making anything for lunch. I'm just gonna eat all the leftovers. But I don't have rice. I haven't cooked rice yet. I'll cook rice for dinner. So maybe I will eat the pizza for lunch, and then I'll eat the leftovers for dinner, and um I'll make it last. I'm always like rationing the food that I get from my mom's house, which is like makes literally no sense. But I'm just lazy. I just want to cook extra, and I'm like my mom's food will taste better than anything I make, so I may as well just make it last for as long as I can. I do need to go grocery shopping because I ran out of like cereal and like breakfast food and stuff like that. So I'll probably go grocery shopping tomorrow. I've been craving kimchi stew. But I need to buy tofu and I need to buy green onion for that. So I need to make some kimchi stew at some point. But I'm really bad at making it. It always just tastes really watery. But it's fine. It's fine. I'll figure it out. I make very mediocre food, but yeah. I'll have to cook some rice for dinner. Otherwise, I can't eat. I can't eat my proper meals. But yeah, I need to go step out in a bit, pick up some more Thanksgiving ingredients. Oh my gosh, good luck with that. Sounds like a big planning if you're already preparing now. But yeah, I will go eat lunch. I hope you guys eat well as well for the rest of the week. Make sure to eat some veggies. That's my pro tip for the week. But yeah, I'll be streaming again on Wednesday. We'll be playing some Genshin. I don't know what I'll do in Genshin, but we'll have a Genshin stream on Wednesday. If you want more just chatting, I am streaming next weekend, and the weekend after I'm going away again. I'm sorry. This is my back-to-back vacation. Q4, I am not in Vancouver very much. So yeah, next weekend I'll be streaming the whole weekend, but after that I'm going to be going away, so make sure you come next weekend because that will be the last time you see me for another couple weeks. But yeah, take care everyone. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Join the Discord if you haven't already, and I'll see you all at the next stream. Bye!